seeing as he lives in a gun-ridden hell.
Better than our knife-ridden hell.
Not really.
Would you prefer guns or knives being used against you?
Knives are
That's a
ranged
very
weapons,
fair point.
therefore you have disadvantage on them when I'm within melee range.
If I'm lying down,
Exactly.
if I'm lying down and prone, you get disadvantage to hit me.
Okay. I'm staying here. Yeah. Screw y'all.
Sam, you're a 2x2 character. Even when you're prone, they can still hit you.
That's the fucking glow stick over here. With your real hair. Fucking ginger cunt.
So, so what I'm... Well, that was on stream, so yeah, it's fun.
Wow.
See, that went from a fairly alright, not necessarily too hostile, to just calling Harlan a cunt.
So here we have Harlan, disadvantage on stealth checks, and we have Sam, also disadvantage on stealth checks, is what I'm hearing.
Disadvantage on dexterity check saves, please, Chris.
No, I'm not too bad at dexterity.
Yeah, you'll be surprised, I'm a clumsy twat.
Oh yeah, that's true. You knocked over my my frag
The
drill.
tectonic fag drill. Oh, I still feel so bad about that.
It's fine. It's supposed to come apart the way it did. Just needed a little bit of glue.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was asked what do I want for Christmas, I said I could go for some terrain, but I'd need something bulky that's not going to fall over. And they were like, why? And I was like, because if it gets knocked over and breaks, it won't be very good. I said, why would it be knocked over and break? You're not going to do that, are you? Like, no, but Sam might.
So lovely, you just get a train now. Someone completely misinterpreted what you said. Like, oh, right, we'll get him a train.
In
No
fairness, a
magic.
train wouldn't actually be that bad for scenery. Anyway,
Oh, well, there you go then.
just
And I can set fire to
store it
it.
in half, add some extra things to it, stick it in the...
Consider a Warhammer fight that just takes place on one really long train.
I mean, if they're galactic trains or cargo trains, then yeah, that would happen. I've just had an idea.
Like it's murder, and then you get to the dining part.
A cowboy
and it's just
heist.
peaceful.
A cowboy heist
Oh.
of Admech versus Gene Stealer Cult.
That does sound cool, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, your canvas is pretty much already just a 3-armed cowboy already.
Yeah, he is.
Chris, we need to figure out how to properly do green stuff, so you can mold your canvas a cowboy hat, and I can mold Human Blackheart a pirate hat.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've had the stream up for a while. Let's just knock that off.
Hello,
So-
Scram.
Hello, stream. We're here for Crabby D&D, usual Sunday stuff, and Dawnseeker stuff.
We are so sorry.
Yeah, sorry as always.
We're not
I'm
sorry,
here with my
sir.
players: Sudz,
Hello.
Harlan,
Oh,
Sam,
Hello.
Jamie,
Yeah.
and Infernal.
Harold.
Simon, for
Hello.
one reason or another, can't make it today. He informed
Pregnancy.
me last session, so I was aware of it, and then he reminded me again today just in case. So, yeah. So Simon can't be here unfortunately, which means he's going to miss out, but that's okay.
Diddums.
We've got Harlan back. It's fine.
Is it
how
fun?
long
Damn it, there
before
goes all
I
the making
succumb
fun
to
of-
the plague.
There goes all the making fun of Harlan behind his back.
Yeah, happens to all.
Threatening
of us.
Look, if I wanted to be bullied, I'd be back in junior school.
Threatening to drop Sasha down the pit into hell.
It's
Why
more
do I feel
bullying
like that
Sasha
one was a
than
real
bullying
one?
Harlan.
Why do I
We-
feel like that one was a real one?
Because we genuinely considered actually doing it.
They wanted to see how far down it went.
My spider
One of
orbs
these
didn't.
days. I'm
Don't worry,
just-
I ended up throwing one of my spider orbs down there to see if I could see into hell. I
One?
can't.
Aw.
One of your spider orbs
Okay,
down
there
there.
were many that fell down. Yeah, I got hit by a big gust of wind, and a lot of my stuff fell down. And
He
into
got
a
blown
pit.
over. A strong bit of wind blew him over.
So
We
I
blew up
heard
a tower.
the box contained like a city or something.
The box contained. Actually, no, I'll do that in the overview. So,
Okay.
Notices, thank you to Zenosa for all the artwork. Thank you to Tabletop Audio for the free audio and D&D stuffs, which is always wonderful. Any combat maps are made on Dungeon Player Studio, and any non-combat maps, like this one, were made on Incarna.com. For more details, go and check those out. I have links in the description for the YouTube video, which will probably be late. I don't know.
What? Wait, no.
I don't care about it. It's not like we're a major streaming program here with all of the viewers we have right now.
It's 5 bots and a banana.
I don't think it's even that. Let's
Even
see.
not a banana, not a bot, a banana.
It's just me. There are no bots.
Okay. We need to attract bots.
I did, but they've
money,
changed the way
Russia.
they've changed the way Twitch works, and no, bots don't. Bots don't
Tiananmen
count.
Square. No, that's how you get rid of them.
That's how you get rid of them, yeah. Or Hong Kong now.
No, nothing's but true.
Wait.
Still putting free Hong Kong is not necessarily a good thing. But yeah. Anyway, down to usual business. So, last session.
Okay, this is really off color, but Honk Kong. It's the clown version.
Harlan.
Now you
There
just
we
give
go.
me the idea of Honky Kong.
Oh my god, the hunk from Untitled Goose Games.
Yes.
Justin. No, even better. Donkey Kong being the playable character in an Untitled Goose Game.
It's more fitting.
No, but he's wearing a goose costume.
Exactly. Harlan, you're with me.
And his tie
With
just
that
says
people.
honk.
We are all.
I'm so fucking out of it, guys.
Yeah, it's fine. So, last session, our party of adventurers. Elsyan, Queglod, Sasha, Malcom, Bern, Rook, and Feng made their way further into the ravine. With the seemingly interesting box in front of them of a wall of force, followed by a illusion magic that ran behind it. The party went to investigate. With some of the members moving ahead of the others, they discovered they could pass through the wall of force box. Travelling inside, they were met by strong gusts of wind, pressing them against the wall and preventing them from falling, which was what it was doing. As the party proceeded to move forward, they discovered the corruption from the hellish landscape and the tainted land they were in wasn't reaching this particular region, which was rather strange. As they continued to move on further in, they discovered a large cutout, almost, of the cavern wall where they had headed. Instead of proceeding on and out of the box, they decided that they were going to investigate this cutout. As they went in, they found ruins of various buildings, strange, single-story box shapes with a few segments to each building, living quarters, simple and easy to use and have in a arrangement. Inside one of them was a skull. Well, a body, which was taken away and called, what was it, Fred?
Yeah, because he had become Fred the Defiler.
Yeah. And Fred joined the party alongside an unnamed skeleton skull and the one before that. You had one from before.
Oh, fuck me.
The
I have got
If you've got the
too
name,
many-
that's fine, but don't worry.
Jeff, I think it
Jeff,
was.
yes. Yeah. Jeff, an unnamed skeleton skull, and Fred. With the new
Skeleton
addition...
skull from a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Rook hasn't got a problem, I do promise.
Travelling further in and investigating, they found a large box-like building. The
Child.
area of it in particular contained several metallic beds, and on each of them, skeletons. As they went to investigate, they found a medical journal listing a variety of ailments and other issued discharges of various patients that had been in this hospital or pharmacy. Upon reading further, they found diary entries and notes detailing a particularly dangerous and contagious disease. The disease had spread through whatever this populace had been, and had wiped out 80% of it was the last recorded note of it, with the last 15% infected, and the last 5% counting down their days. With this occurring, the party immediately realised that they were standing in an area where touching a corpse would make them infected. With this sudden realization of how dangerous it was in using Vyra's sense, she picked up that the white dust that they'd been walking on wasn't sand, it was bone dust. And with that, the party realized that everyone was now in danger to whatever this disease was. In the next 2 weeks, they would suffer several negative effects, and so they decided to read on, discovering that certain spells that they'd used, Lesser Restoration and Greater Restoration, wouldn't have been of effect against whatever this virus or disease was. Meanwhile, while this was all taking place, Malcom and Rook were going on a wonderful adventure. They travelled off further on their own, taking the light source with them, to a large brass tower. Something that they hadn't seen before, and it certainly felt out of place to all this. The wind and the dust that was being carried was being pulled towards the tower. As they went up the spiral staircase that went around the outside of this large tower, they eventually began to reach the top. The sound of a drone, thrum, and other grinding sounds of dust being pulled into a large black orb that span atop the tower itself. As it was scattered out into the area, they noticed something. Below this seemingly very dangerous orb was a glass cake cover, and as they looked inside, there was a single Persian cat clawing, wanting to escape. With Rook having a heartfelt moment with his skeleton friend at his side, he realized he must save this cat. So, he pulled himself up, ran over to it, and, managing to resist the effect of the orb, unlocked the cat and set it free. As it meowed thank you and disappeared, the orb began to expand. The party, or Malcom and Rook, ran, diving down the side of the tower, sliding along until eventually they reached the bottom. The top of the tower exploded. A large cascade of fire and brass was shot off in various directions, them being protected, and whatever creatures waited for them at the base of the tower disappeared, turning into that white dust. As they reconvened with the party, they looked around them, and they watched as the white dust turned orange, as the corruption had seemingly found a way in. With this taking place, the party clicked a few things together, as some of the corpses began to get up. With the immediate realization of they were in a mass graveyard, and the ravine was trying to awaken them, the party sprinted out. Getting a little bit lost and finding themselves against a wall rather than the entrance, they re-diverted their course, making their way out and off back into the ravine. They were soon informed by Vyra that the disease was no longer present. Either dormant, destroyed, or otherwise unactivated, the party moved on, free of this curse, of this disease, of this ailment. And now they continue to travel on, with 1.5 days' journey ahead of them. They moved on for the remainder of the day and settled camp for the night. So, as you settle down for the night, placing the homestone on the ground, it creates the Leman's tiny hut and the bubble around you all. As you proceed to look around you, you note the events that have taken place and transpired throughout the day. What would you like to do in terms of watches?
Well, I personally like a nice Rolex.
Shut up, Sasha.
Classic.
Classic.
Classic shut up, Sasha.
Shut up,
Lord.
Sasha.
Oh, shut up yourself, you old twink, and then slap on the ass.
Okay. Fang is going to join a watch, so you can choose who wants to give up a watch to allow Fang to.
Okay.
I'm not
You
going
can
on
join
a
me in
watch. I need
I-
to go move
I'm
something
going to do
else.
my standard 1 and 4 if people are okay with that.
Okay.
I'm in my standard 3-4.
Can I have Sasha and Malcom on a break? I think we need to talk. On a watch.
Uh-oh.
Please.
So,
Sasha, that means you're going to have to stay up, I'm afraid. At some point.
well, if you're taking the second watch, that shouldn't be a problem.
Cool. If that's cool with you two, anyway.
I'm fine with taking a watch. I gotta get sand out of.
You do
Oh.
you.
Okay.
Is Harlan okay with it though? As a tech?
He's in
I
tears.
don't know.
Giving up now.
Just rolling for
Right, Harlan?
Felipe for the rest of the night. Okay. Felipe got 5, so wonderful.
I'll
Harlan's
take
gone.
4th watch with the thing, I guess.
Oh, Sam's taking 4th watch with you, so if you want to go
Oh,
with third
okay,
watch
I'll
with
take
Thane.
3rd watch, yeah.
Move me wherever you want me. I don't care.
You have
We've
to
got
have
like 4
Into
hours
the
of
ravine.
you have to have 2 consecutive sections of sleep. So where Bern has 1 and 2, you have 2.
That's fine. I am wherever I should be.
That works, yeah.
So, as you settle down, beginning to gather yourselves, watch begins. Elsyan, you want to go ahead and roll a perception check? I will roll for Queglod. Felipe got a 5, he's pretty useless. Queglod got an 11.
Boom! A 4 plus my... Oh god. Actually, my character sheet. Give me a second. That's an 11.
11. Alright. So,
Because I can perceive with the best of them.
can see. So, as you begin to take watch, Queglod sat there with you. She's looking out across the ravine, seeing if there's anything that's making its way to you in any way. You don't see or hear anything. The wind has picked up as it should have done at this time, with all of force gone, and now that you've moved on, the wind and the natural ambience has set back into your usual arrangement. You sit there, you listen, watch. Nothing else seems to occur. The watch is eventless.
And I sleep.
Let's sleep.
Is Sasha here? Harlan, you're on watch if you
Probably.
didn't realise.
Yeah.
She's
Well,
gone.
This is a thing.
Yeah.
Should we continue to 3rd and 4th
Yeah, I was
watch?
going to say, we'll continue to 3rd or 4th watch.
Cool.
So, moving on to the 3rd watch, assuming 2nd is eventless, or it's eventful, but you carry on to 3rd. Go ahead and you take your perception check, total.
Total is perception 0, so
16.
Yep.
Bang! Has a +2, that's an 18 total. As the 2 of you are sat there on watch, both looking out across the distance, Fang unable to see anything because he doesn't have proper dark vision. He has the goggles of night, which isn't too bad, but he's still looking out and his vision isn't particularly great in comparison to yours. You look over at him at one point during the break, during the watch, and you can see that he's currently there stroking the end of his beak, giving a mild scratch. He seems to be a bit concerned.
is there a problem? Thank
Sort of. The ravine doesn't make sense.
Oh. Also,
If there's a portal to hell down there, why are there not more demon attacks?
that's a fair point.
Because they're bitches.
Grizzly goes.
Harlan's back.
Maybe
We'll
something
go back to
else-
2 in a minute.
Yeah, to
Maybe
get a
something
drink.
is
Could have fucked up.
blocking them.
I did say I didn't want to be put on any watches.
Yeah, Rook kind of opted you in for one because we need to talk. Sorry.
Alright.
I don't really understand. If there is a portal to hell, then they'd surely be able to escape and make their way up here.
Maybe it's one way.
Maybe something's blocking them. Or it's
We've gone on
maybe-
to third and fourth until you got back, Harlan, just so you know. So you're currently... Again.
What was that, sorry, Infernal?
How that actually bring it up.
Maybe something's blocking them, not allowing them to come.
If that's the case, how come there are demons out here already? That's why I'm confused. There are those mosquitoes and there are the spiders. Both of them are demonic. If there are demons out here, they are able to get out. Why are they not storming out in force to claim the surface? If it's as you said and there's something blocking them or preventing them from doing something, then it still doesn't make sense.
That is a fair point.
Demons are strong creatures. And it's not like the portal would just be unrecognized with this number of demons going. No, it's just curious. And in all the texts that I've looked through, it mentions that there's a portal at the bottom, but there's no recollection of what it looks like, there's no mention of what it contains or where it leads to. No one's ventured down there and written a report about it, which I find strange. I mean, we went to Blackhole and to the Sanguine Sun, two places which have a lot of information.
That's true. Maybe no one survived yet.
There are powerful individuals out there, and people who are powerful typically end up being curious. Yourselves included.
Well, we might just be able to find out if we get down there. But I see your point about this not being normal. There might be someone controlling them.
If that's the case, then why haven't they done it yet? That's my point. It doesn't
Maybe
make
they're
sense.
bound down here.
Maybe. Either way. It's just a thought I had and just curious.
Yes, it is a good point. I hadn't thought about it. Whatever that thing down there is, also curious. It's an abomination.
What is? The Dark Reap?
Yes, the one that has the relics we need.
What way?
Can you remind me what it looked like?
It was humanoid in form, but
Yeah,
it
humanoid in
but it was
form.
sewn together from several creatures.
Yeah, but I can identify the creature.
No.
An abomination sewn together from different creatures.
We're talking human centipede style.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my shit.
Please stop.
Yeah.
Harlan, don't
Please,
you make that
Harlan.
the final
You're
boss
sleeping,
conversation.
Harlan.
Harlan,
Yeah, I'll admit I'm
if we now
myself.
have to fight the human centipede, I'm coming for you.
Are you? That's not very appropriate.
Oh. Well,
I
Elsyan.
did that much. Yeah, that's what I said. I instantly regretted it. So, Gus.
Yes. I see. Well, if that is what we're facing, then I can't say I'll be much help.
Yes, I think it's best for you to just stay back if ever you do encounter anything.
Turns out Feng's actually a level 20. Playing
No,
us this
he's
whole time.
not.
Alright, Should we go back to the second and then do fourth?
Yes, let's go back to second watch. So,
Happy
second
days.
watch begins. Elsyan sets off to sleep, or meditation. Queglod setting off to sleep, and Felipe staying up for watch. As the three of you remain awake for watch.
Awesome. Right. You two, I've been meaning to ask you something. I've noticed some degree of tension going on between you two, but it was mostly prevalent when there was a conflict with the spiders, and a choice had to be made to save Sasha or Felipe, and yet, yes.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, there might be a little bit of tension there because chose the immortal, unkillable raven instead of your mortal, very killable ally.
indoor voice, Sasha. We're still in a very dodgy place.
I'm a dwarf. That is my inside voice.
Oh, fair decent. Okay. No, I feel that this just needed to be addressed, because if we're going to go into more dangerous territory, we all need to bring our A game and not, well, make rash decisions. So, yeah, I thought I'd take the opportunity to talk about it. So, what happened?
I'm
Hang on, Sasha. Malcom is talking. I'm here, I'm going to mediate this thing.
Fucking into that latency.
I made a decision between two that were trapped. The one that was closest to me or the one that was further away from me, surrounded by allies already.
Okay.
I chose the closest one.
Alright, and there was nothing else that spurred your decision?
No. Other than the
No.
fact that with Felipe free, it would have been beneficial to a party as well.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well. Yeah, okay, so Sasha, you got anything to say on the matter? It's not going to be indoors? Outdoors.
I feel it was a poorly made decision, owing to the fact that, as I've previously mentioned, Felipe is, by all accounts, unkillable, and I am, by all accounts, very killable.
That is so true.
If I go down, I'm the healer. I'm the only one that could bring me back. But if I can't do that, then we're fucked.
That's
So I
also
just,
important.
I feel somewhat I don't want to quite say betrayed, but I feel hurt by the fact that you wouldn't value my well-being over that of and I cannot stress this enough, immortal bird.
I have to admit, sure, Queglod did say leave the bird and help Sasha. I didn't help that much. I was paralysed with fear in regards to the spiders. That kind of did fall on me, that little bit. But, yeah, personally, I do feel that Sasha should have been a priority over the bird that could have come back. But, I know, Malcom, in your characteristics, how you are, you value your companions and you value the companions of others very highly. So I do also understand from your perspective wanting to save Felipe. I'm just trying to say that maybe if we go, as we're going further in, if we are faced with this decision again, though it may be difficult, I do think that as a party we should protect party members and maybe not pick creatures that can come back. This is just something I was saying. I'm not attacking anyone. Okay, so no one feel attacked. If I was attacking you, it'd be with the axe. Don't worry. So, but yeah, I think that we really should play a little more level-headed and not make rash decisions. But I can understand both sides of, well, both perspectives, and I'm not going to say either of you are wrong. I'm not going to say either of you are right, but if we're going to survive down here, we need to play as a team. And that's all I wanted to say. It's just something that I'd noticed in my complete rational fear of hiding behind the spider. Oh, what am I doing? I was hiding from spiders behind a spider. I'm not going to say I'm perfect either. No, far from.
Better the spider you know than the spider you don't.
This is true.
I would be happy to work as a team so long as it's agreed that we work as a team, all of us.
Okay.
Because again, I just felt, and I felt somewhat neglected as a team member there.
No, that's understandable. And it was something I wanted to wear because it was something I did notice while hiding like a little baby behind a spider. So, but no, if that's okay, then yeah, Malcolm, is that, you got anything else you want to say, or it's real good? I don't normally deal with mediating. Normally we invest like.
You're doing
punching each
very
other.
well.
I know. Back in my clan, it would normally end in a fight, a brawl, and someone would end up very hurt. So the fact that we're all sitting here talking is really hard for me.
I mean, we can fight if you want.
I'm not
Oh,
sure if that's going to
shit,
be a
I
good
just-
idea.
Wait, 1 second. I need to quickly check something. This is completely out of character, but I might have just realized something very amusing.
Are you secretly immortal? Because I swear to God.
First of all, I wish. Second
That
of all,
awkward. Come on.
Okay. So, I just. Woo!
What have you done, Harlan?
Have you just literally made contact to your first girl in your life?
No,
Okay, right.
very much no.
Okay.
Um,
Wanted to clear that
but
up.
you know what? Sasha is now weirdly okay if you throw Sasha down into the hell portal.
Uh-oh.
Pardon?
I just read banishment, and if I'm not native to the plane I'm on, and I use banishment on myself, I banish myself to the material plane.
Yeah, but you could
Could be
sort of end
anywhere.
up anywhere. Yeah,
I
you
could be anywhere, but like I'm now not completely fucked. Okay,
It's more
so-
anywhere of the material plane rather than anywhere in, the entire
Hell.
universe.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it, anywhere in the material plane, could that be right at the bottom of the ocean?
Yes.
So
Sasha,
Sasha
you
could
don't
potentially
float.
be
I've
fucked.
also got I've got water breathing spells, you know.
You can't cast a spell if you can't breathe underwater.
Harlan, at the bottom of the ocean, it's not the being able to breathe water that's the problem. It's, the massive amount of pressure.
Also
Look,
true.
I'm under constant pressure. I have to hang around with you lot.
Damn.
Well, at least your back doesn't hurt like mine from carrying.
Yeah, because some of us have a strength stat, Elsyan.
How's your intelligence doing?
I don't know. How's your mother doing?
How's your entire bloodline doing?
Pretty good, considering I'm it.
Now, girls, you're both very pretty, but can we move on?
No.
Oh, sorry.
This is what we came here for. It's bitching at each other. That's our entire character arc.
I'm glad that we've managed to fix one problem in,
And open up 12 others.
Yeah. To be fair,
Alright.
there'd be a problem between Sasha and Elsyan if we weren't arguing.
That's true.
Okay.
Alright, back to the reason we
Excellent.
have watches. Everyone you three make a perception check, please.
Alright, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Can someone do a roll for me?
Which dice are you? You're the red ones,
Yeah.
aren't you? No,
Oh, fuck.
purple.
I'll let you
Purple
go,
one.
Sam, seeing as you're his neighbour
Oh,
in
oh,
dice
well.
terms.
Perception.
Got you in that 20, Harlan.
Amazing. So that's
Yeah.
29 altogether.
Okay. As you're
Nice.
keeping watch throughout the ravine, the wind has picked up a bit, and Sasha, you do hear a few things. You hear the mild rattling of bones. Very faint, like almost like wind chimes. It's strange. It's a hollow sound. And as you hear it, like initially you take a double take and you don't seem to be able to hear it again as you only heard it that one time.
Why does that fucking skeletons and their damn bones?
Malcolm, I've heard it also.
What did you get?
17.
Nope.
So to clarify, I heard the rattling and the hollow.
The hollow sound is the rattling of bones. It's
Oh.
from a wind chime. They're not. It's not a high. It's not high pitched or a smashing of bones. It's kind of like.
Is
Hollow-
anyone else hearing
hollow
some
bone.
fucking wind chime?
No.
Listen.
We'll listen.
No, just me.
No.
Just me. Where is it coming from?
I don't know. I can tell you 'cause I can't hear it.
I'm not. I'm talking to Chris.
I will say, from your high roll, you can't quite tell the direction it's coming from. If it's coming from the way the wind is traveling, it's ahead of you.
Oh, nice.
Keep an eye out for bone wind chimes ahead of us, okay? Okay. You might not be able to hear it, but I swear I can hear some wind chimes, but like bone wind chime.
I wonder if they have any skulls.
You know the wind chimes that are like the bamboo and they knock against each other? It's kind of like that sound, but a little bit more bony.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'll keep an eye out for skulls. I will have Fred Mark too. I will have him.
Or, do you want to make it into like? So we've got Sovak's head. You've got Fred's head.
I had Fred's
Whose
head.
head? Whose head?
We have Friend's head. I had Fred head, but Fred become diseased and he become Fred the Defiler, and I dropped him on the floor.
Oh, is Fred head dead now?
Yeah, Fred head's dead. And then you've got Giles from the ruins by the Raven Queen.
You know Fred, who's dead, was his head red?
But it was also in bed.
Wait, was it Fred's red head was in bed?
Yeah,
And now
it
he's
was.
dead?
Yeah, he's very dead.
Oh. Well, I guess that's all that there is to be said.
That's perfect. Excellent. Okay, well, we'd be sure to let them know that we've been hearing woodwind stuff up ahead. Maybe a little band. Who knows? Bony band.
For some reason, I feel a strange urge to say, "Boom!"
I already said it, but yeah.
Nice.
So, jumping from second to fourth, like the gears on a truck.
Parkour.
Bern and Elsyan, as the two of you are on watch, what would you like to do?
I would like to
Be on
read
watch.
my herbalism book.
Read your herbalism book. Okay, roll with disadvantage, and Bern, go ahead and roll.
I hate you so fucking much. This happened the last time.
Hey, don't worry. I still got a 21. It's fine.
21.
My back
Maybe
hurts for
plus
carrying
6.
you, Bern.
Be plus 6 from.
For my perception is +7.
Disadvantage because of the book.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
So 17.
So 17. I do apologise.
No, that's fine. I was actually confused because I thought you were adding 11 from passive perception. It's like.
No.
Okay. That's why I said plus 6.
I mean, one day I do want to get that much perception.
Even that would be wrong anyway. I'm doing the math wrong. Anyway. So, as you're both sat there, Bern, you listen out, you can't seem to hear anything. As Elsyan's currently there just turning the pages on his herbalism book.
Do you hear anything?
You
I hear nothing.
hear a light buzzing. As you kind of look over, you can see what looks to be a single mosquito is flying near the bubble.
Oh, fine, mask. There's just a bug outside the bubble. It's fine. Wait, there's a bug outside the bubble.
Do I see it?
As he points it out, you watch as it kind of lands on the bubble for the moment. Look at it, and you can just about see it before you watch it.
Is
How big is the bug?
Disappears.
it a Casimir or is it?
It's a mosquito. It's like an actual mosquito. So it's about
Tiny mosquito.
a centimeter across.
Huh.
It takes you some time to find it because of its size, and also looking into a kind of the abyss of darkness, it blends in rather well. It kind of hops off and then flies away.
It's just a mosquito. It's fine. This is not one of
Somehow
those
I
big
don't think
fucks.
that a mosquito could be down here.
That's actually a very good point. I don't know much about mosquitoes, I must admit. I wouldn't imagine this would be the sort of place they'd survive. Interesting. But like I said, it's just a mosquito. That thing isn't going to kill us today.
I hope
Has
so.
this world discovered malaria, Chris, and its cause?
If it has, it's used lesser restoration so many times that it's like a vaccine's approved at this point, but nobody knows about it.
There's
The
no
perfect
one
world
knows.
where nobody knows they're taking vaccines.
Because everyone uses less restoration so much, it's just I feel slightly under the lesser restoration is this world's version of antibiotics. Everyone takes it so much that it stops becoming effective for them.
That's what greater restoration's for.
Exactly.
Or the
This you strong.
or paladins that get lay on hands. A first level paladin can do the same work as a third level cleric, which is pretty good.
True. But they never do.
I mean,
Paladins are dicks.
paladins are off doing quests or using anti-magic against the party. Anyway, so
So what?
Tuesday reference. So, as your watch comes to an end, you sit there, the wind is ever so mildly picked up, dust is mildly getting pushed against the dome before it kind of hitters off the edge and down into the ravine below, as you're all very much reminded of the sheer drop. As, I will say, as a portion of noticing as well as you're travelling, previously you've been travelling where there has been a gradual slope. It has now become a sheer cut-off. If you fall, there is no tumbling.
This can only go well. Sasha, you go first.
I disagree.
What's going on? What? Who? What?
Hey,
Where?
see this,
Who? What?
see this now
What?
sheer cliff? Go.
Uh-huh.
It's perfectly safe.
Well, I don't see why I push Elsyan down the cliff.
What? How could you betray me?
I'm kidding.
How did this happen to me?
Malcolm pulls out flute and starts playing that song.
I just pull out my spoopy flute and just start playing.
Wait, no. Have you heard the kazoo version of Jurassic Park?
Yes, I have.
Oh no.
We're all inhabiting the Raven Queen. Alright, so, with that,
Which didn't happen, I will mark this. I did not get pushed off the edge.
I know. With
Right.
that, who would like to go in marching order? Are we sticking with
I'll
the
be
old
behind
marching
Sasha.
order? With Rook
Aye,
first,
Sasha
Sasha
will go
the rest,
first.
or are we having others?
I'll go second or third.
In fact, I should probably be in
I
back.
want to be up here somewhere.
You want to be first?
I want to be up here somewhere.
Hey, look, if we come across spiders, we want someone else that can deal with them.
We left the
right.
spiders behind. And
Wait,
besides, I
wait,
killed
wait,
one of them.
Which way's the front, which way's the back again?
Front is where Rook is.
Okay.
back is where.
Sasha, get more forwards.
Do you want 2 or 3?
2. I'll take 2.
Sasha, you coward.
What?
Let
I'm
me-
happy to go to the front.
Go there then.
Sure.
Right, I forget you're not actually in
I can't control
tabletop.
my character.
Yeah, he can't
I
control
forget.
his character.
I forget you're not on tabletop. I got really annoyed at you there. I'm sorry, Harlan. That was a bit unnecessary, I'm not going to lie.
God,
So,
talk about overreact much. Sheesh,
As
tell
you
him
move-
off.
Fight
you-
me, Rook.
as you're
I will
moving,
do.
as you're moving through the day, you will reach what you will believe that you're currently on time to reach the bridge to Darkreep Ruin in 7 hours. That will be the majority of your day traveling, but you will then have 2 or 3 hours before you'll start feeling sleepy. So it's up to you how much of that you wish to use with Pass Without a Trace, and if you wish to use Enhance Ability alongside that, because we will be marking down spell slots. Keep in mind, what's the situation here? Are you traveling stealthily? What spells are you using? Marching order? That kind of thing. How long are you
The
traveling?
question
Stopping?
is, have we seen anything
We heard bones.
since?
With
Have we
rattle.
seen anything since we left?
Have you seen those bone chimes Sasha told us about?
Well, you're not on the move currently.
Yeah, we haven't moved.
Oh.
But you haven't, since you left the box, you have seen basically nothing. It's been a clean area, there's been no creatures from what you can tell. However, you didn't travel too long in the day, you travelled about 5 hours. So, granted that's quite a distance, but previously where you'd seen a few signs of like the spiders, you'd seen the occasional signs of other stuff, it had been mostly travelling quietly, keeping an eye out on the surroundings. You haven't really seen much since you left that box.
I
Neat.
say I would like to give it like 4 hours of Pass Without a Trace just to see if we see anything, and then decide after that if we see anything.
You don't want to overdo it.
So
You
who's
might
using
need those
up the
spell slots or something.
spell slots?
I'll use Virus Pass Without a Trace as well.
Okay, so Vira has 4 Pass Without a Traces she can use.
We can split it up 2 and 2.
Does she have actual? You didn't do my spell sheet again for her.
You don't need to know her spells. She'll cast spells in combat. She's under my control anyway.
Is she?
Yeah, so is Blood.
No, he's not.
They're your companions. You just mark the health down. All companions
I
are
don't
under
even
my
have-
control to speed up combat.
They were
Like-
under my control.
What?
Last time I checked.
To be fair, you used Blood once.
Yes. Because I have.
And that was
Don't want to
before-
fucking overuse him,
So
Chris.
I only found out Vile
I don't
was
want
a
to
thing
slow
last
shit
session.
down.
Also, that was before he changed. He takes control of the companions.
Because otherwise it takes too long. And
Yeah.
you know what also is taking too long? This argument.
Very true.
DM says goes.
So
You can argue with them later.
So, you
I
said
was-
2 and 2 on the Pass Without a Trace?
yeah.
Bern, are you using Enhance Ability?
Yes. Yes, sir.
What level is it you need to cast it at?
Second.
Second level, and it hits 3 people.
Wait. Oh, sorry. 1 sec. Let me just do the math.
Yeah, you may have been doing this wrong, but you were using 5th level spell slots for something you couldn't do. So it would be 2 4th level spell slots you need to use. It's for 1 hour, so it would need to be a number of 4th level spell slots.
Yeah, so fourth level spell slots, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I do third level spell? Wait. Third level spell slot plus twin spell, or no? No, that's just one. Okay.
You can. Oh wait, no, it has to be a single target, so you can only
Yeah, it
pick
has
2
to
of
be
them.
a single target, yeah.
I mean, theoretically, you could use it as a second level spell and use Twin Spell, but
No, that's what I just asked.
Yeah, because if he uses it at second level, it targets 2 people. If he uses third level, it targets 2 people, but he can't twin spell because it needs to target only 1 creature.
At second level, it only targets one creature.
So it would be second level to target 2 with twinning spell, or third to target 2 with no.
So there's really no point in using it unless you want to conserve sorcery points. I'm just on that in that specific circumstance.
Yeah. Previously to this, you were using all of your fourths and fifths to actively keep the party quiet, but now it's a matter of, are you going to do that, or?
Or I could just take it, frankly, if we wanted to say that. Just letting you know. Thing I can do.
How long of a travel is it?
5 hours.
5 hours. Okay.
So it'd be 5 slots used, which would be all of yours, unless you used sorcery points.
No.
Okay. Well, presuming we were smart enough to talk about this before going on, shall I use my enhance ability?
You have enhanced ability?
Yeah, I'm a cleric.
The fuck are you waiting for? Go.
Yeah, sure. I wasn't gonna spend my spell slots when you were using them. You know. So who do you want me to use on? How many people?
You and Rook, probably.
To start with you,
Actually,
definitely.
Because I need my 4th level spell slots. That is it.
Do you though?
Well, the question is, who do you want it to be used on, and we can work out the
You
cheapest
and
option.
Rook.
Me and Rook. Okay.
So actually, you can cast it on yourself, and I can cast.
Yeah, I'll cast it on me. You cast it on Rook.
It needs to also
have
go
a
on
moment.
Aurum as well.
What about Aurum?
Yeah.
She's part of the team.
She is part of the team.
Okay.
I don't know. Could we not just get it like some like soft booties or something?
Wait,
Sasha, behave.
okay, twin spell is the same level as the spell I'm casting, correct?
Yeah, I mean, casting it at 3rd level would just target 2 anyway.
No, I'm just checking. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I'll use my second level.
Okay, so you're going to use...
2 second level.
So 2 second levels and 2 sorcery points? Is that? How are you splitting this up? Because Sasha either needs to target 1 or 2 people, and you need to target either 1 with twin spell or 1 person if she's targeting.
Do we know if we're gonna be taking a long rest before we go in?
I would like to.
I dare say we will take a long rest before we go in, because everyone's
We
gonna
will
wanna
certainly try to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a very valid point actually. Considering location, can't exactly say we can plan that.
Alright. Then I'll use my 3rd level spell slot.
Okay, then I will use my second.
Okay. That will cover you for 1 hour. You have
Yes.
4 more hours.
We've got more spells. We can keep doing things.
I can do it for 3 hours, then I can do sorcery points for the others.
Yeah, we should be able to change off between us to be able to do you use a second, I use a third, I use a third, I use a second, you use a third, to at least manage for a while, and that's without moving upwards. So we should be fine, I think, except we're going to lose a lot of 2nd and 3rd level spell slots.
Is that how you want it to be?
Yep, I'll use my 3rd level spell slots.
Is that your final answer?
Because I'm
God,
not,
this is...
I'm- Yeah.
This is more stressful than it needs to be, guys.
Vira can cover you for... She can use up 4 spell slots to cover for 4 Pass Without Traces. And Malcom will only have to cover for 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's enhanced ability to remove your disadvantage on stealth checks for the party.
Yeah, so I'll use all 3 of my 3rd level and 2 of my 2nd level.
Okay.
With Twin Spell.
So all 3 of your 3rd level and 2 of your 2nd. Sasha, you'd be using your 2nd levels, and then you're forced to use it at 3rd level, so there's no point you using Twin Spell.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
so...
Oh, okay, because, yeah.
So Sasha, you have no 2nd levels left, and you are missing 2/3.
That's fine.
Bern, you have no 3rds left, and you're missing 2 seconds.
Fuck, we should have done it the other way around.
Oh,
You've done it now, we'll just go with that.
Just
So,
deal with it.
moving forward, everybody make me a stealth check. No disadvantages, as you have cancelled out any forms of disadvantage you otherwise have.
Someone who isn't me, roll for me.
Oh god.
I roll for you. 13.
Someone other than me this time, because that's gone badly.
Have a plus
I'm
10,
sorry,
remember?
Yeah, I've got 15, but still.
And
I
I'll roll
got
for your minions, Malcolm.
Oh,
What was...
I rode for
What
Ormar.
was...
Okay, I'll roll for the others.
What did Harlan get? What did he roll?
13.
Okay, so he got...
As in 13 or as in 23?
13 was the roll. I don't know what your mods are.
Oh, so,
Natural 13.
22.
Natural 13. Yeah, there we go. So,
22 then. I'm
22.
so stealthy.
Bern,
19.
Rook,
30.
Elsyan,
Oh, sorry, 15.
15. Sasha got 22. Malcolm,
27.
and Orem.
Orm got 22.
B got 27. And Arachne got 31. And Queglod got... Unless Simon has proficiency in stealth, that is a 30 on Simon. So, overall, and Feng, well, yeah, Feng's invisible. He got like natural 18 plus 10 plus his stealth is pretty good. So,
Pretty good.
remaining quiet for the first hour, you travel along the ravine, and after a short while, about 45 minutes in, you all hear the wind chimes. It is that, as Harlan described it, that bamboo wind chime sent as the hollow bones are hitting against one another. And you notice, particularly Queglod, as she would have her detect magic up, you notice a few more of those mounds with skulls underneath with a very mild necrotic magic. Just so you know, Harlan, this was previously established as you walk by them, they send a small necrotic pulse into the ground and away from them, but then they reactivate shortly after, and they activate when disturbed or someone moves past them. You don't know where they go otherwise.
Wait. Who has the best dexterity here?
What is people's dex?
Mine is not high.
B.
Right. B, I want you to go past that, but try and avoid going, like, past it in like physically going past it, as in go over it or around it, or in some way avoid going directly past it, so that
We
we
have
can see
done
whether
this.
that activates it.
B flies over
We've
it.
done this a couple of
It
times.
doesn't activate.
Ahaha! Time for my epic backflip.
Oh shit.
Well,
Do you want to
We need to go back to get some other companion.
Do you want acrobatics this, Harlan?
I know a good place where we can get better
Oh,
tanks.
can I blag it as an athletics?
It would have been acrobatics because of your epic backflip, as you call it.
Okay. What if it's a long jump?
If it's a long jump, you haven't necessarily got the height. You don't know if you'll clear it. You have to be really high for an athletic.
I say let him try.
I'm not against him trying. I'm just letting him know the details.
I say he's dead.
Okay, well, you know what? We've gone
I
past
know a
it
good
before.
tavern.
Let's
There's
see what
plenty of
happens.
Harlings there. We can
Which
go
one
get
is it?
them.
Acrobatics or athletic?
Athletics, because I've got a better chance at doing that.
I'm fairly certain we can find another.
Natural one.
Oh, baby, that's a 0.
oh,
you-
baby, a triple.
Okay,
Like,
That's your
here's what
-5.
happens. As Sasha runs forward, like, I have a bright idea, rushes past the rest of the party, leaps, does a minor Mario jump,
What?
slides through the air before lands, feet skid into some form of a crack, falls face forward right in front of one of the skulls. Necrotic energy is set off. She cleared one, but not all of them. Before you hear a sound from below Sasha.
If
Oh,
we're gonna-
no.
If we're gonna have to fight anything, we're just letting Sasha do it on her own, correct?
Part of me wants to agree with you.
No,
I
we
was
shouldn't.
heard cracking from below.
You heard
Ow.
cracking from below. You also hear the sound of very loud clanging metal hitting stone, as she is now outside of the pass without trace.
Oh, Sasha.
You know, sometimes I wish I just killed her.
Is that where she is?
Wait, how did...
She's within range.
Out from Bern. Thank you very much.
It's 30 feet. That's 25 from me, 30 from Bern.
Okay, fine.
She's still in range.
There, you're happy now.
She is okay. What you have to realize is that she's out of range of it, and the map doesn't matter. That's what Chris says.
Also, no, because it's a 30-foot radius on pass without trace, not range.
Well,
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Because
30-foot
radius is half the
30-foot
circle anyway.
range.
I thought
Yeah,
that was
that's
basically
exactly
the
what-
same.
That's what it
Oh
means.
yeah,
It's
no,
like-
yeah. Sorry.
5, 6.
Yeah, so each creature within 30 feet of you, so yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's outside of range for this. As long jump would be what, like 5 plus your strength mod? Yeah, you'd be able to reach there. So, you hear cracking below Sasha. Sasha, do you do anything?
Sasha's going to inch back as delicately as possible.
Clank, clank, clank.
Okay.
Clank.
So, attempting to move back as delicately as possible. Careful move back. Are you staying prone or are you getting up?
I'm going to stay prone for the moment.
Oh my god.
You continue to shuffle. You hear further cracks. You stop for a moment. Keep moving. You shuffle back. The skeleton head you avoided goes off. And you shuffle back to the party. And eventually you get back in position.
Sasha, why? Why are you?
Very tempted to push you down the cliff.
I would like.
Experimentation is the mother of invention.
I would like to say.
Would you like to experiment what happens if you go down the ravine at 150 kilometers per hour? I would like to know.
First of all, what's a kilometer? Second of all, no.
Oh my god.
You telling me
Oh.
that dwarves use the imperial system?
We measure everything in feet here, Chris. I think we all use the imperial
That's true.
system.
What, you don't do your spells and
In
abilities
kilometers.
by the meters?
Oh yes, because I'd really enjoy having a 20.37 meter range on a fucking.
Well, obviously you got to use the old feet system, so it's so anything that's 30 feet long is 30 of my feet long. Obviously.
So that's why Goliath mages were so overpowered.
Exactly. Massive range.
Oh, you
Giant
weren't that far
feet.
off.
I mean, do they get benefits for being in of themselves high ground?
No.
Didn't think so.
High ground was a tested mechanic on my part. I removed it because it was too clunky.
Yeah.
Something I made up and removed. Never even added, technically. Anyway.
Anyways.
So, what would you like to do?
I would like to send Featherwing over and around where it sounded like there was noise coming from below Sasha. See if he can see why.
As Featherwing flies slightly out and down, looking below where Sasha was, you can see the ravine where it is a sheer cut-off. You see there is a rather large recess, as it is an overhang. As you look and you see it, you can see the large portion of the underside has cracked, and bits of it look like they're about to fall away. Any amount of weight would probably break it. Looking at the rest of this, go ahead and make me either an investigation check if Featherwing's getting closer, or perception check if Featherwing's staying away. They're both the same.
Gonna go perception higher. I'm gonna go close.
Okay, investigation. Okay.
So
13. Moving up, Featherwing gets a better closer look at the stone where it's cracked. It will break under a serious amount of a bit of weight. Probably will require a bit of force as well to break, but you know you'll have to go over this one by one. About 15 foot in length, this bit. So you'll have to go over one by one. What would you like to do? One stands
Well,
there silently. Roll.
We know that long jumps don't work.
Useful. Always useful.
So it's stone, right?
how long would it take me to try, like, if I was underneath of it? How long would it take me to try and make it as sturdy as possible with mortar?
Hey,
Mortar
so it's
uses
stone,
earth,
right?
not stone.
It uses stone or loose earth.
Okay. You can try it if you would like. Try and pack stone in. Time-wise, you aren't sure. Depending on how successfully
What
it
if,
goes, it could take you hours.
You realize I have fabricate, stone shape, and creation, right? I can literally do this with one spell slot, easy peasy. Just saying. If you want me to do that, that is entirely possible.
Sasha, do you want to go ahead and do it, seeing as the party's not objecting or talking about it?
Yeah.
So...
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm just sorting something out quickly. I'll be.
Okay, so how large is this section?
It's a
Because that
15
depends.
foot in length.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to be using fabricate to essentially convert it into a more sturdy structure.
Okay. I will say for this, I will use a general stone cunning from you. The higher, the sturdier, or the longer it will last.
Cool.
But ultimately it will succeed and you'll be able to pass over it. It's just its length of time, how long it will last like that, just in case you have to come through again. Quick. Stone Cunning, that is a expertise in your history. Takes you from a -1 to a +7. It's 10.
Yeah!
With the way you perform it, you do some minor structural improvements. You solidify the stone around it. You mend any of the cracks using some stone from the wall next to it. You easily enough create the supports that are needed to make this a solid structure once again, allowing you to walk over it with ease. If it's jumped upon, might start cracking again. You aren't sure how well they'll hold, but at the very least it will last for one journey. May last for 2, depending on when you come back here, and if it's exposed to long episodes of rain or wind. You also note, as Queglod will let you know, the skulls have gone off multiple times while this casting has gone on, based on the fact that you've remained in their proximity. So, the way is repaired.
Onward.
Mark off that spell slot. As you continue moving forward, you as you turn around the corner of this area, you can see the bone chimes where they are. They're currently hanging off of a slight overhang, where you currently see the path leads under a rather broad portion of stone. You can see there is a mild overhang to the stone itself, where it curves over slightly, making a mild tunnel, with the bone chimes hanging down in the center of this. Elsyan, with your
Excellent.
passive perception and your passive investigation, you see that the where there is this recess slightly, as you would travel through the tunnel, you can see that it bends round to the right, but it is very well hidden, going into the mountain.
Well, we've got a path cutting in over that, I believe. Yes. So I'm a bit distracted right now. Yes, it was a path cutting in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a path cutting in over that. We can obviously say this to the rest of the party. Right into the mountain.
Seeing as everyone's being quiet, I'm going to say we're going to take a 5-minute break there.
Might be good.
So that people can finish off what they want to do, because everyone's being super quiet. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
That's a damn kind of perfect time to have a break anyway.
Alright.
Guess who's back?
Us.
Back again.
Alright.
We are back. Tell our friend.
So.
Perfect. So,
As you're back here in this situation, you see the slight recess. You've stopped just before the tunnel. You can hear the light blowing of the wind and the wind chimes as they brush against one another.
okay. I did ask, does it look like anything's gone through the tunnel any times recently?
Make me a
Now that
survival
you
check.
can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Survival, so that is. Oh my god, my survival 5, 8.
8.
Not great, but
Looking at the looking at this place, you can see that there are tracks in the dust. They are relatively small, about the size of rat feet. But otherwise, you don't see like any. It's not common traffic through here by the looks of things.
right, okay.
Does Queglod notice any magic coming from the wind chimes?
No, wind chimes are not magical.
Okay.
The cavern also doesn't seem to be magical in any way. There's no sense of magic other than the party.
Okay.
Oh, we're magical, guys.
Well, I guess we go in, but
Elsyan.
with high attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
I can do Revivify.
Cool.
That's not you,
Oh.
that's a staff.
Well, guys,
Got a
shall we go
spell
in
of
then?
Warning.
Yes.
I've got a spell of warning.
I say we
If
should
we
go.
have to.
Yeah. Let's just try and be quiet, and keep our guard up. Don't really know what these wind chimes are, but I mean, they're there for a reason.
You're just walking forward and you're attempting to get into the gap or the other path? Or are you moving on?
Oh, is that?
Oh, I thought we had to go through that. I thought that was the progress.
No. So here's a quick drawing of what you'll be experiencing.
Okay.
Yes, George,
Right.
ask us. Artist
Yeah.
Chris, go.
Yeah, but then Harlan can't see it. That's
Entertain us.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Harlan, paint a
here's
mental
what you
image.
can see. So this would be the cavern wall. This is the
I
path.
think-
This is the path and just how it is.
In your case.
And
That's
it
right.
travels on as normal, but there seems to be a slight path here. But it seems to be well hidden as the path continues on round and through up this way.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
Well, last time we
you're heading in this direction. The wind chime is about here.
right. Now, last time we deviated from the path, we ended up blowing up a tower and all got diseased. Just
Look.
saying, I'm not sure it's a good idea to deviate from the path again.
I just want to get to where we're going.
Yeah, likewise. My vote is for to carry on along the path.
Yes. Well, if nobody else is.
Let,
Okay,
Fuck it.
guys.
whichever path isn't the path forwards, let's go. Because you know never to go the right way the first time. Eventually, tip number 1.
Last time we got diseased. Just saying. I don't want
And
another
you
disease.
found a cat to pet.
Okay.
I didn't manage to pet it. The thing turned Thanos on me.
What was this Thanos you speak of?
he's a malevolent god known for all realms.
Alright, I guess we're going this way.
Wasn't that the giant grape god?
Yes.
He was shit.
Yes. Right, I'm up for going.
Fuck
On.
it, let's go that way. Let's make a decision and go, boys.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
So, moving forward and ignoring the extra recess, you travel round, you move on forward, completely ignoring it all.
I
You,
feel like we've missed something, guys.
So do I, but
you,
Too late.
you can go back if you want. You're
No.
passing by it at this moment.
no.
You know what? I'm gonna send a spider orb in just to check what's in there. Okay?
Okay, all right.
Toss a little spider orb.
I can
Lands.
Sasha a quick zap. A quick zap and go.
I don't remember what it does. Sasha, you feel a little static electric shock.
So at this point, it probably does it. Okay, Harlan gets it. He takes 1 lightning damage. Make a Constitution save, Harlan.
I'd
Oh.
really like to, Sam.
16
He
plus...
passes. He is not stunned.
5.
It can
Gotta beat it.
stun.
It can stun on a.
It's a DC 10 taser, effectively, but it does 1 lightning damage.
Oh, it's a DC 15 actually.
Oh, was it? Better than that, then.
Yeah,
So,
but
As-
it does have 1 hit point.
so as the spider orb gets a look in, make a perception check for me through the spider orb. This will be using your perception still.
Yes, it's the same stat anyway for perception. So that's a 18 and 18, not a 18.
As the spider orb travels into the recess, it doesn't go that far in. It's about 15 foot in, and you can see a large oak door. You can see that there is a single large knocker on the front made from carved bone, and the door itself is probably about 10 feet tall and slightly oval shape rather than a typical door.
Okay, is there like a little keyhole or something that I could possibly peer through, or?
There doesn't seem to be a keyhole. There's at most what looks to be just it's just a plain door with a handle and a knocker.
Okay, gaps around the edges? Anything that I could use this thing to peer through, or?
I'll say make an investigation check for the orb to see if it can find any holes or ways to sneak in.
That doesn't have any bonus to its investigation.
You'll be
but...
using yours anyway. So.
Yeah, I'll be using mine, so that's with a +8.
Okay.
So that's a 23.
It travels and looks around the bottom of the door. There doesn't seem to be a way in, but as it's looking around, you note that there is a very small hole on the right-hand side. And traveling in, as the spider orb travels through, you come face to face with a mouse, which is about the same size as you. It looks huge from the spider orb's view.
That's a bit creepy.
Zap it.
I'm gonna zap the mouse.
I mean, attack roll.
Just a panicked zapping.
Fuck my life.
That hits. So
Wrong,
it
18.
takes 1 point of damage. I need to roll for the hit points of this mouse, see how many it has.
Please say 1.
1.
It kills the mouse.
It has to pass a DC 15 save, otherwise it's stunned.
Stunned. Okay,
That
well
was
it
something-
fails, and because of the nature of it being dropped to 0 hit points, I will say you have paralyzed the rat.
Oh dear
or
lord.
the mouse, sorry. As the taser goes, hits it, it kind of brings its nose a little bit closer, sniffing. As it touches the orb, it releases electric charge, which you watch travels through its nose. You watch as all the hair on its body just poofs up into a large ball for a moment, before it settles back down and the mouse falls to one side, its legs slightly twitching.
I giggle to myself. Not quite going full evil laugh, but getting there. Okay, I start going deeper. What do I say?
Travelling past the
Anything.
mouse, make its death saves.
Poor mouse.
Guys, am I a bad person? Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am.
You will learn the fate of the mouse on the way back through. As you travel through the hole, you come to an interior. You see a slightly rough stone floor, a little bit of a dark brown dirt along the side of it. You can see hanging above the door, attached to the knocker, is a large wooden. A large log. Sorry, there we go. Got there in the end. A large log that, after the knocker's been used, will swing down and hit some unfortunate individual. You can see around the room, it's a fairly small room with what looks to be another door or archway across the way that currently has bits of fabric and fur draped down in it. You can see a series of kind of wooden carved tables and chairs. You can see some carved bone areas around in the room as well, with various decor, wardrobes, chests, some other stuff. And as you enter, you see a large form currently hunched over a what looks to be a workstation of some kind. The form
Do I get-
is about 10 feet tallish, hunchback, dark grey, black skin, a lot of lumps with twigs and bones sticking out of its back, which is
Okay.
largely hunched.
Do I get any sense of what this creature actually is?
Roll me a
Dice.
religion check.
Religion. Okay. Because as we
Uh,
all know,
Actually, no,
Elsyan
this
is
would
very.
be more nature. Sorry.
Okay, cool. It doesn't matter. It's the same roll. It's +4. Ha! 7.
7.
Perfect.
I don't recognize this kind of creature. It's weird. But
Tall, hunched over, weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I've
Looking
got
at it, it doesn't look demonic in nature. And you can see where it's currently there. It currently seems to be working at a mortar and pestle before it, with one of its large hands, kind of reaches down, scoops up a bit of it, and walks over to a currently bubbling cauldron and just throws a bit in. You watch as it wipes away a large dribble of snot and also throws it in the cauldron before it wanders into the other room, peeling back the leathers before walking into the other room.
Like to self, do not drink it. Have anything from the cauldron. Guys, I think I'm gonna briefly unfocus away from the spider orb in a way that I can quickly go back, of course, just to say to the others. Guys, I think we should go down this way. I'm not seeing much that's dangerous. We just have to be polite for once, I think.
Okay.
Right.
Well, see you in the next life, Elsyan.
Oh no, after you, Sasha. After you.
What do you mean by polite?
Well, there seems to be a person living there quite happily. He's quite large. I presume it's male. I don't actually know what creature it is. And I provide them with the description that you gave me, Chris, which was...
A large, dark, black and grey, skin-coloured creature, hunched over, wearing a couple of furs, twigs and bones sticking out of its skin at various locations. Getting a look at its face a bit more from what you saw, it seems to be a very small head in comparison to the rest of the body.
It's just an oversized
kind of,
furball.
light hair across the top of its head, and doesn't seem to be well kept in the teeth department.
Does he look like a jolly chap?
Didn't give you a smile, so
Oh.
hard to tell.
Can I make
From
a
this description,
check
do
on
I?
the description?
I will say. Let's see.
Jo-
Who would have a relation with this kind of thing?
Unless it's a giant, I probably wouldn't.
I'd say.
I know who would have a
I
relation
would
with
say-
a giant.
I would say Rook. You're
He's
probably
dead.
the only one who might know what this creature is.
Really? Okay.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and
Alright.
make me a nature check. Yeah, Malcolm, you'd never have experienced or seen this kind of thing. Bern, same.
17 plus 1 to 18.
18. You think for a moment. You kind of scratch your head, and one thing does click with you. Your family has intertwined with creatures like this in the past. This is a hag.
Oh.
Hag.
Oh no.
They are dangerous creatures typically, as they are very capable of casting some pretty nasty spells. They typically like animals quite a lot, and they most of the time will sometimes offer deals of trade involving fortune and chance. But if they are unfriendly, they would much prefer to take your toes and use them for jelly recipes.
I don't have toes.
That's what makes Minotaurs great trade partners.
I don't
Oh,
get
so
you
they
on
look like
Minotaur.
animals.
Guys, this I believe is a hag.
Well, what's the worst that could... So is my mother, but... don't just be rude about it.
I'd say, as soon as you understand a bit more of the Fey nature, hag makes sense
Now,
with you
now that I know... It's a case of... That's what it is. Perfect sense.
Are we sure?
No need
we
to be
want
rude
to-
about it.
Yeah, I will
Oh,
apologise. Are you sure we want to approach her?
They're not really to be trusted. They might have
No.
something to be that's useful.
Well,
I'm
if she's
curious
down
as to
here in
whether-
down
I
here in
mean-
solitude, then something tells me she's not a people person.
True. Or
And
they
you
might,
might lose your toes.
Okay, you might lose your hooves.
No, I won't lose my hooves.
Okay, you might lose your
They
horns.
like animals. I need my horns.
I know you do.
I don't really want to mess with. Yeah, I
What do
don't
you
know.
think? But Bird Boy, what do you think?
Huh.
Gesturing to Fang.
Hey, don't be rude to Fang.
He's a bird, isn't he?
Yes.
He is male,
true.
isn't he?
Don't be Fang.
Did I lie?
Well,
Rude to Fang.
Bang.
Fine.
Bang goes, I've never met a hag before. I can't say I've worked from experience.
well,
If they're
she's been
dangerous
down-
creatures, it might not be best to go in there, because I don't want to be offered as trade.
True. Just if we do go in there, Sasha, you're going.
Well, if she's been down here for so long, I don't think she'd respond to interactions well.
Okay, right, there was a big knocker on the door that we can knock. We can see if she answers it with a friendly hello or a fireball.
To be honest, fireball and the alignment of the cave, I feel this could go badly.
Now, what you say is badly, I say exciting.
Okay, shall I give you some preemptive excitement and throw you off the edge then?
I get your points.
I don't want to die anytime today.
Just sate my curiosity is all.
Okay, well, if we get a safe distance away, you can go and knock on the door.
I'm not going on my own.
I'll go with you.
Okay?
Fuck it.
I'll also go with you if you want.
I don't
it.
think
Come
it's a
on,
good
Rook.
idea.
Look, it's not a good idea. I agree with that, but it's a fun idea. And let's face it, we're probably going to die down here anyway.
Last time there was a finger quotes fun idea, we all got diseased.
Yes, but we're also not diseased.
Only because
Everything
had
turned
another
out
fun
okay,
idea.
didn't it?
Yes, we
Okay,
did have
look,
another fun idea.
Look, let me ask you one simple question. Did you die?
well, no. But
Then we're good.
Did you die?
well, no, but if
No,
I
no, no,
said
no,
that
no,
all the no. If I said that all the time, then literally for as long as I live, I'd be like, oh, I didn't die. It's like you can say, oh, do you want to go fight an ancient red dragon? Oh yeah, fuck
One
it,
day, yes, I
didn't
do.
die-
I'll be
I didn't
honest.
die to the spiders. So
I want to
just
prove to
go
those
for it.
snobby dragons that I can be better than them.
And then we'll go back to the
No,
Emerald
no,
Isle.
Just to check, there was only one, correct? Don't want this
Yes.
to be
All
them
I saw,
outnumbering us.
all I saw on there was one. In fact, I got to do a bit more scouting around to make sure there was only one.
What was
Please.
she doing?
Mortar and pestle stuff. Weird alchemy. Also known as alchemy.
I don't know. She's lived a life in seclusion. I'm not sure that us just randomly knocking on her door is gonna go well.
I think we should do it. Never know, she might be like a friendly old lady.
Or she could blow us into oblivion.
We could blow ourselves into oblivion
Okay.
if we really want.
Let's take a vote.
No,
Was
Who
it just-
wants to go?
Who wants to
I-
go visit the nice old lady?
I don't.
Who wants to go?
I shall.
I
Okay,
will.
so we've got 3. Go on,
I'm
Queglod,
also
you know you
good
want
to go, but let's be honest, that's because there's not really a better option, is there?
Well, there's this path up here that we could go in.
Well,
This is
yeah,
completely
we
the correct direction, and
Carry on our journey.
but then there's dealing with a hag, which could give us something good.
Or kill us.
You never know.
I mean,
Look,
it's more
let's
about
just go
curiosity.
say hello. If it goes poorly, we blame Elsyan.
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay, let's go.
Interesting.
Elsyan's
I'm not
going
sure I'm so
first.
happy with this anymore.
All right, we're going.
Elsyan's leading this party into this venture. Elsyan
Okay,
can go
fine.
first.
If I'm leading this part into the venture, I will go first, just behind Sasha.
No, you first. I'm going to stand behind Elsyan. So you're not getting
need
past
someone-
me. You go first.
I'm gonna-
Someone
gonna
with
try-
cunning, with smarts,
Just
with
follow
charm.
me. Tell me which way to go.
Yeah.
It's literally just a straight path down there. You can't miss it.
So who's
Um,
going?
yep.
Bern?
I'll go first.
I'm going after Bern.
Are you taking companions with you?
I
How
will
are you
go
moving?
first. It's my idea. If everyone's going to die, it should be me.
I'm gonna follow Elsyan to make sure that it is.
Now,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Chris,
take a
there
look.
is
I
a
was
fact
planning
that
to
I know
die.
about that I haven't shared with the others, isn't there?
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
didn't
take them with
catch
me.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. There was a just making
Yeah.
sure that I remembered that correctly.
Yep.
It's like a log trap that just comes down and smashes someone in the face,
Yes.
isn't
The
it?
moment the knocker is used, you assume the door is pulled open with a pulley and the log hits the person, then closes again.
Okay, fine. If this goes wrong, I want one of the big guns up behind me.
I'm gonna be behind Elsyan. I'm gonna be making sure that she's going first.
Okay. This is a 15-foot long corridor. It will take 4 people maximum before you'll all be pressing up against the door.
Okay. Is there space to go either side of the door? Quickly, in a quick motion.
In a quick motion, you could probably like move against the wall. Yes.
Oh, son of a gun! I can see where this is gonna go.
You're with me now. Yeah, just stuck in this. There's a reason I wanted one big gun.
So Sasha, you're staying behind.
For the sake of
No, Sasha can't
metagaming, I
move a
can't
thing.
do
Sasha, you're
anything.
coming with us, aren't you?
Oh,
Sasha.
fuck it, why not?
Hey, can't leave out the back of the party, mate.
Okay. Arachne won't fit.
Again, I can't
Arachne's
move
gonna-
my character.
We know.
That's
That's
right.
why I asked.
So, I am going... Okay, right, here is the door. Beware if you see a dead mouse, and watch out.
Okay, I'm gonna prepare myself for a potential fireball or something coming out of that door.
Okay.
Convenient. I'm going to sort of edge myself next to the wall as close as I can get to the wall while still being able to reach the knocker and knock the knocker. Just the classic 3 times knock, just do. Sort of step back and hope for the best. Hope I've stood on the right side to not be smacked in the face by the door.
Okay.
As we're going down, I'm gonna have my detect magic up. Queglod.
Fair enough. You grab the knocker, pull it back. As you do, you feel a click as the knocker remains stationary. As you go to try and push it back down or let it fall, it doesn't. You immediately realize what's happening. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw with advantage, as you know what's coming. If you succeed, Rook, you'll be making the dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, as you don't know what's coming.
Oh no, I should have focused on my dex. No.
Oh.
Oh no! It's an 11. It's an 11.
Okay.
Oh no, wait. No, it's a 12. It's a 12.
12. You
12.
hear that happening, and you're like, oh, right. You move to the side of the wall, the log swings down. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please, Rook. Disadvantage, as you don't know this is happening.
Alright, yeah. 7 plus 4.
Okay. You pass. As you see the log coming, like, it catches you off guard for a moment, you're like, oh, that's not a fireball, that's a log. You move to one side, the log swings in, and stops inches from your face, Bern. As it swings back, you hear a click as it stops, pulls back up, and the door is now closing. It swung open inwards, by the way.
Okay, can I grab the door? Like,
Um,
put my axe between the door and the door frame.
Go ahead and roll me an initiative. Or a dexterity check, sorry. Initiative and dexterity check are the same thing. But, yeah.
That is a 13 plus 2. Is it not saving, it's just normal, isn't
It's
it?
just regular dex, yeah. As
Yeah,
the door begins to close, you quickly move up, you place your axe between the door and the frame, and the door doesn't close, it then reopens, tries to close again, gets stuck on your axe, reopens. Seems to have a safety mechanism, like an automatic door.
Hello,
I see.
we're adventurers.
We just came to say hello.
You get to
Yeah.
know hello, so if you could help us. If not, we will go away.
You say that, you hear a little bit of muffling. Not entirely sure what was said, before you watch as a small goblin just wanders through the leathers. Goes, can I help you?
That's a question whether we were actually come to ask you whether you could help us. I've forgotten why we're down here, guys.
We're going to Dark Creek Ruins.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're heading
We're
to the
heading
Dark
back.
Creek.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Can't really help you now. Really much I can offer. I don't really sell anything you might be interested in, but you could help me if you wanted.
How?
Okay.
You see, I need let me see. You watch as the goblin climbs the stool and goes over to one of the large books on the side and just says, I need bone dust.
Bone dust.
Yes,
Well,
and the fort
you know a place.
and the Dark Creek Ruin is a necromancer's lair. Should be plenty of skeletons.
Okay.
Guys,
How much
guys.
bone dust do you want?
About 3 of you's worth. Points at Rook.
Okay. What if I could tell you about a place where you can get lots of bone dust?
That's not. Well,
I know
Mm,
where
it
to
It
It
go.
is
is
bone-
bone dust.
it's corrupt.
It's not.
It's
It's
just
gone.
convenient that you be going to Oriment. Well, not Oriment. Dark Creek.
Hmm.
I know
What
where
do we
there's
get
bone
for
dust.
it?
I can make you something.
What do you do?
I make potions, alchemy, toxins. Some things make you larger, some things make you smaller.
Just a question. Is it just you here?
Yes, why?
Like, interesting. No reason.
Roll me a
How
deception
long do
check,
you live
Elsyan.
down here?
Yeah, I knew it.
Damn it. Oh god. Deception, yeah?
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad. With my deception, that's a 19.
Check if they have a positive now. They rolled a 19.
Oh.
Right, Hag, what is your insight? Insight is +2.
Oh.
At which point, the goblin goes, So you've seen my true form. And you watch as the goblin begins to grow in size before the large meaty hand is now placed on the workstation as it breaks out into its true form.
Yes. Yeah.
I like it.
Which-
Honestly,
do you want to see what this thing looks like? I have the tile for it.
please
Yeah.
do. Please show us.
Where
Go
is
for it.
my...
Could you send me a picture?
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, Harlan.
Right, let
Oh.
me remove its name.
Just put it in the chat.
That's,
Oh.
Actually, yeah, no, that's just a smart idea. Let's just do that. That way you can get a
so
bit
I
of-
just looked at the spiritual weapon as if that was it. Then.
What I'll do is I'll actually show it to the stream so they can see what this thing looks like. Some of you may recognize what this thing looks like. And for those of you in the Discord, let me quickly go find it. Tiles, resources, done. That's what I'm looking for. There you go. It does come with the name of the creature, but that's fine. I'm not too fussed about that. There you go.
She looks friendly.
She's
Her face says friendly old woman. Well, one side does.
Well, now there's a smile, yeah.
Hello! Hello! I'm here to murder you and your son!
So, are you willing to do work then and do business?
I am kind of willing. I mean,
think-
we're going past and collecting bones, then
Sure, we can get you bone dust. I think
Yeah,
that's
you know,
perfectly
reason
doable.
can't.
Sounds good to me. What kind of thing would you like in return? Name a desire. I'll see what I can do.
to turn big whenever I...
That can be arranged.
Really?
Wink.
Oh, oh no.
Constitution check. Everyone rolls not to throw up in their mouths.
Why does Rook get always put in these positions? Oh!
I
Can
can
you
put
say
you in
the
many
weird
positions.
Like,
God.
But in
Kill me now.
seriousness, what kind of thing would you be after?
Honestly, I didn't expect to get this far.
Do
No,
you
no, neither did
know
I.
what's down there? Have you been there?
Down to the bottom of the roofie?
Yes.
No.
The Dark Creep Ruins. Well,
Darkreap Ruins, I've been there before. Stolen several skeletons from them there. They're not too happy when I do.
who's not here?
The
Hmm.
necromancers.
Ah.
It's a school for necromancy.
Oh,
That's cool.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna kill the younglings.
Guys, 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 guys. Are we about to commit a fantasy school shooting?
Oh no!
Well, when you put it
They
like
won't be
that,
bringing guns though.
We've got magic instead. It's worse.
Oh my god.
Why did we need to go to
Honestly.
the...
Okay, I know it's like an old person face, but I swear that's a mustache, though, right?
Well, if there's necromancers
Oh,
down there,
yes.
you might want to get some potions of necrotic resistance, the ones that I have.
Hmm.
Or, what about some really high proof alcohol?
Okay, explain your reasoning, Sasha, because I can't figure it out.
yeah, same.
Right, so, as we all know, one of the biggest issues with fighting the undead is fear. You know this, don't you, Rook? You've dealt with fear before.
Yes.
If we're super drunk, we won't be scared.
liquid courage then.
Exactly.
I typically only deal with individuals who paid first. If it helps you, I do have some things which could help.
Okay, don't actually give us really large amounts of alcohol. It would be a terrible idea. But-
Sasha's the only one that could deal with that, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
can help you with courage.
You can.
I
Oh.
can. A single one of you I can, anyway.
Are there spiders in the ruin?
Dead ones, maybe. Undead
Well, I-
ones, probably.
Okay, right. I think we know which person we need to give this to. The one that's
Queglod.
spiders normally. And obviously, just Featherwing.
goes, I'm immune to being frightened.
Exactly, that's what we give it to Queglod.
I think we give it to Rook.
I think we give... Yes, just a bit. Give it to Rook, so he's not so scared.
That can be
Nice.
arranged then.
And we will make sure we get back with at least one Rook's worth of bone dust,
Oh.
and I'll try to make sure we get more.
Ideally 3. I
But
can
yeah, of
grind up
course.
corpses into bone dust, so bring them back as that if you have to.
We will.
Okay.
It sounds like a trade to me.
Mm.
We could discuss. Oh,
I'll add some stuff later to the deal if possible.
Very well. I'm sure I can
Um,
find other uses for you.
okay.
You aren't
Uh-oh.
by chance
Anyway-
needing or have any spare toes, do you?
Let me check my bag.
So I think if
No,
anyone's so
that's
vexed
not.
toes, so
Oh,
Oh, people.
I mean, our friend here does have a weird thing about collecting skulls, so yeah, you might end up without skulls, but
No
you get
skulls.
bones.
Skulls I've got plenty of. She gestures to her back where you can see a few what look to be just general skulls are embedded into her back slightly.
Huh.
They're very pretty
Now, it's
skulls.
our fantasy universe, where that seems to be a weirdly common aesthetic.
That one's grandmother, that one's mother, and that one is great-grandmother.
Interesting.
Oh.
And who are your
But
skulls?
how long has your bloodline been here?
Here specifically, well, it started with me.
Ah,
What brought you down here?
Why?
The interesting aesthetics.
Okay.
There
It's
are unique
understandable.
ingredients down
I can understand that. Okay.
I actually do have some preserved toes.
You want...
What?
okay. Malcolm, I have some questions.
As
Well,
welcome to the party, and you judge me for the skulls.
Okay, right. Instantly, Elsyan just picks, just sort of leans against the wall and picks up on his feet and starts making sure he's got all his toes.
Yeah, right? Yeti toes?
Oh, you have 2 Yeti toes. I forgot about that.
I take out the Yeti toes.
Okay.
We apparently do have spare toes.
Okay. She looks at them. They're a bit off, but sure.
Matured.
True.
Sasha,
mature. You
don't
watch as
try
she
and-
takes one of them and puts it in the mortar and pestle and puts the other one in a jar, where you watch as it begins to fizzle and bubble. That one will be pickled later. Thank you for that. I'm a little bit more encouraged by our deal.
Here.
You wanted liquid courage.
It would help.
Very well. You watch as she reaches into a bag at her side, and as her arm goes in, you watch as it extends quite a ways in before she rustles around a bit.
The damn people with long arms.
As she pulls her hand back out, you can see she's holding a rather small vial. She goes, "Drink this when you need a little pick-me-up. It won't last too long, but it'll help."
Rook, I suppose. This is for you, my buddy, my pal, my person I didn't try to get hit by this trap.
Right, okay.
This
Thank
will
you.
help you in a moment of need.
ID.
Called
I'm just
liquid
adding it to my-
courage. And with your magical
Right.
sense, you can tell, one, the bag at her side is magical. You can tell that there is one of the skulls on her back is magical.
Oh.
You can see she has a satchel at her side, which is more covered in twigs, and underneath it and in there is an orb, which is magical. You can see that the vial that she hands Rook is ever so faintly magical, and that is all you seem to detect about this room.
Interesting.
Well,
You said one of
thank
the
you.
skulls on.
One of the skulls on her back is magical.
I kind of point to that skull. Where'd that skull come from?
Oh, that's great grandmother.
Is it a common thing for your people to keep the skulls of your relatives?
Only
the sun-
us. Green
Only
hags
us.
like to keep the fingers. Red hags like to keep the noses or
Oh,
tongues.
I see. Oh, you do call yourselves hags. I didn't want to.
No, that's
them.
fine. We are hags by nature, but we prefer other forms.
Fair. The
The goblins are roots.
I knew a goblin doctor once.
Strange.
no.
There seem to be quite a lot of those.
Honestly, I think it's just the one.
He's lived a very long time.
I think he
Fate
changes
death
his
is a-
name every couple of years.
I seem to be running into goblins every time we go into a ravine.
Changes his name every 2 years. Good enough, changes it to the same name.
Just to throw you off.
Exactly.
But if you need
Tomlin.
anything, places you wish to go, fortunes rare, anything that you want to have will be a payment, of course, but I can offer things. I can ask my sisters if they have anything that might be of interest to you as well, depending on how
Where
long
do
you
sisters
keep
live?
it up.
There is more.
Not here,
Did you have sisters here?
not here. They're elsewhere, but they're always watching.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Now,
I
one more
see.
question I was going to ask and I forgot what it is. Yes. Could we get your name?
Yeah.
For one such as myself, names are special. I'll give you what my sisters call me.
Fair enough.
They call me Bell.
Bell.
Pleasure to meet you, Bell.
Pleasure to meet you all as well.
When we come back with the bones, how do we knock on the door without being pummeled in the face by your beautiful device that you have constructed?
Just speak to my bellmaster. He lives in the hole down there, gesturing towards the other side of the door.
Fuck!
Oh
Oh
Wait,
You
where?
look down and you see a small mouse dragging itself out of the small hole. Its tongue.
no! I didn't die.
You guys have no idea how wide my eyes are. You have no idea the heart
Dragging
attack I
itself
just
out, right?
had.
It's dragging itself out. She looks down
I
at it
cure
and,
wounds.
and she.
Is it okay?
You watch as she
He looks injured.
leans down to it. He looks injured, yeah, and looks down. Or Bell looks down at it and goes, "What happened?" And you hear, "Squeak, squeak, squeak, squeak," and you watch as its paw ever so lightly points towards the spider orb a little bit away. You watch as she looks at it, lifts up her foot and smashes it.
I
One less
still,
spider orb.
I still bend over and cure wounds the mouse.
You cure wounds the mouse for the 1 hit point it already had.
I just wanted to make you be able to walk again.
Okay.
I don't like.
You
to
help
see
you
it.
help it become better as it seems less maimed. It just seems rather tired as it failed 2 and succeeded 3.
Guys, I don't want to be
Mike.
evil anymore.
God, that could have gone really, really badly.
I just. Okay, well, thank you. We'll come back with the bones. Please.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
When you do, I'll see if there's anything else that you would like to deal with transaction-wise. But drink
No
that
worries.
when you are ready for it, not early.
No. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, and just
We'll see you soon.
yes,
Hopefully.
Take
if we
care.
don't die.
Oh, one thing. The skulls that keep setting off necrotic energy.
Those are
Who are
mine.
they for? Oh.
They let me
Yes.
know if there are any creatures on the passage moving towards. I knew there was
So-
something coming, but I thought it might have been another one of the spiders.
It
Their
was
legs
us.
are very useful for various potions.
Right. Nice.
Huh. Now, if only all those bodies didn't fall down. Could have harvested them.
I
Well,
had a
should have,
trophy.
could have, didn't.
Oh well.
So, oh well. Life's a bitch and then we die. Let's get on with this.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Right, let's carry on with the path then.
Thank you, Belle.
See you soon, Belle.
Yes.
She nods.
See, I told you.
You remove
See,
your
I
axe from the doorway. The door finally closes.
I just wanted to see. I told you it would all work out well in the end.
You nearly killed the mouse.
Okay, look, I didn't say I'm perfect. I am, but I didn't say that before this very moment. Okay?
But he died, and like, oh, speak to the door. Oh, what, the carcass? She might have actually killed us.
Okay. I made a mistake. I didn't have all the information at the time. And we are moving forwards with a view to better ourselves in the future.
You are definitely never going to change, are you?
Oh, entirely not. I'm practicing speaking like a politician.
You
How's
know,
it
in a
working
way,
so far?
in a way, I can kind of respect that. But I'm still going to call you an idiot.
You know what? Factually not true, but understandable.
Fine. So be it. Right, shall we carry on? Shall we get to these ruins?
I think
How are we
should-
even going to carry 3 of my equivalent of bone dust?
Look, what we do is we
You
find
just
the
need the
skeleton.
bones. So 3 of Rook. 3 corpses the size of Rook. You don't need the flesh. You just need the bones.
Oh, okay, right.
So we just
Yeah,
have
we
to
can just-
debone some bodies. Or we kill some skeletons. I think that's what we're doing. We're not doing
See,
the deboning
What
thing.
we're actually
I mean,
doing
I'm down
is
with the
we're going-
deboning. Like,
Really?
let's not.
A necromancer school children?
what we're actually gonna do is we're just
What
gonna.
could be better than necromancer bones? They're like extra bone energy.
I
No,
want
no,
a skull.
those are bard bones.
That's not how that works. That's what you're saying.
Jokes, I've
Suds?
got them. Sudz, you were saying something. What's Sudz?
Well,
Sudz, you muted.
muted now.
Sudz!
So,
Sudz!
as you continue on, mark down the spell slots that you'd otherwise be using for enhance ability and.
Yeah, I already took
Have you already done those? Okay. And with the stealth going ahead, I would like everyone to make another stealth check, please.
I'd really love to.
I know you.
Oh.
I'm rolling it for you. Hey, natural 19, Harlan. Well done.
Wow.
And a natural 1 for Queglod.
Oh.
Natural 1 for Rook.
Look. Why?
Sasha should always fail
Or,
because otherwise it goes poorly.
20, B,
20.
natural 5. Correct.
I
That
got
is
a
my
20
first-
all in all.
That is my first bad stealth.
With 2 of the party rolling natural 1s.
Again.
You proceed to move forward, taking your steps through the darker interior of this. You hear something overhead which you've never heard before. Well, you've heard before, but not down here before. As the wind begins to pick up, and an ever so slight rain begins to trickle down the sides as water is now rushing down the side of the ravine and into the ravine where you walk. The slope has become slippery. As you're moving along with your stealth, you don't seem to be noticed at all. With your way things have gone, you seem to be perfectly fine. The rain seems to be masking your presence, and you continue on. Next few hours.
Even though the rain can reach this point.
Apparently it can. As you look up towards where the rain would be, you can see that it seems to be where previously the ravine was rather slanted. This is a straight drop here. It seems to be a straight down. There is no slanting. Previously the wind would be the only thing that got to you. There's more rain. As you keep moving, next couple of hours go by. You don't see any enemies, you don't see anything. There's the path before you. It's dark, it's wet, it's raining. Before Bern and Queglod, you would see this first due to your exceptional dark vision in this circumstance. As you get closer, you see something up ahead, a slightly white pillar that is up ahead to where you are.
We should go slowly.
What do you see?
There's a white pillar up ahead.
Okay.
Interesting.
Is it just one?
By the looks of it, yeah. You'd need to move closer to get more detail or see if there's more.
Move very careful.
Neat.
We don't want to alert anything.
About 5-10 feet later, you see another one. Immediately after it. And first semblance of a bridge.
Oh.
Oh, it's the bridge.
As Queglod points out, the pillars, both of which being white, from this distance you can't quite make out what they might be, but they seem to stand on either side of what looks to be, from this angle, you need to get closer to get a better look at, but the bridge goes off into the darkness.
It's the bridge.
How long have we been traveling at this point?
About 4-5 hours, so it's about time.
I think we reach the destination.
Yes.
Should we rest up here before moving on any further?
I say yes.
Excellent. Sasha
We
falls
might-
asleep.
Sasha! I'm gonna kick Sasha.
Me
Okay.
too. We both just kick.
Okay. I would
Kick
put
sandwich.
forward the Elsyan is probably wearing soft shoes.
I'm wearing
Roll for how
Shishri
much
approved
damage you
shoes.
take.
And if you're falling
Wait,
asleep,
wait.
if you're falling asleep in armor, you're taking 1 point of exhaustion.
We've already established that's not how that works, but okay.
Mhm.
I mean, it is. You can't recover from exhaustion oversleeping, which means that you'd suffer it when you wake up.
Not if you haven't taken any exhaustion, it just means you can't recover any. Ah, that's rules as written anyway. Just yeah, I'm not asleep. But let's say it was a
He's
bit.
joking. Sasha, we know you're joking. Get
I
up,
know,
Sasha.
right?
So,
We need to
are you
agree
sleeping
on-
here? Are you moving slightly further up and sleeping? What are you doing here?
What?
Are we even at the bridge yet?
No, you're about 100 feet out from it.
Yeah, can you do a little drawing of what it?
A little drawing. That's 100 feet. So if somebody wants to measure me out 20 tiles, I'll show you exactly where you are.
There you go.
That's not 20 tiles.
20
Chris,
times.
you know that
I know.
this shows perfectly.
20. Right here.
Right there.
Okay, right. You
Okay.
keep.
That's a
Yeah.
good enough representation. There you go. There's your party.
Great. I now know exactly what will happen.
And where is the bridge?
I mean, they've drawn it on, haven't they? Look at their perfect demonstration. Right there.
I see. So the bridge is there. We are here. I'm going.
You're there.
Yes.
Ah, perfect. Oh God, you have a.
How wide is this area?
How high?
Wide.
How wide? About one person wide. So, not the easiest to sleep in, but it's possible.
Is it still raining?
I say
Yes.
we should get closer to the.
Yeah, I think we should probably get close to the bridge as well. I agree with Malcolm.
Agreeing with Malcolm? Is that allowed?
Well,
Oh, who am
yeah.
I want to talk?
Alright. Closer to the bridge then.
Huzzah!
You keep moving forward, moving towards the bridge slowly but surely. You make yourselves to about there. How close are you getting to the bridge?
I was considering at the end where the bridge starts. Where
We do
should
want to
take
be a
a rest.
little bit out because we don't want to be
Yeah.
be caught.
Exposed. Yeah.
So where would be a good swapping point for you?
On the bridge. No,
I'd say
20, 30,
be the last place they expect.
like
About-
here.
It's
30
thin,
foot from the bridge.
and it seems to ever so slightly widen out here before it thins and then gets to be rather broad around.
stay right here.
Where it widens out then.
You move over to where that would be. As you get closer, you can see the bridge itself is stone. You can see across the surface of it is a dark grey, same as some of the walls that you've seen in this area rather than the rustic orange. There's a very thin layer of that rustic dust across the surface of it. You can see the underside of it, where the top side of it is smooth and designed to be a smooth and simple bridge. The underside is intricately carved with what look to be thousands of tiny hands supporting the bridge in some way or another in a decorative art form. It seems to go for the entirety of the underside of the bridge for as far as the eye can see. With Queglod's 120-foot dark vision, it's still continuing on from her vision from what she can see.
Can she check if it's magical?
The bridge.
Yes.
She'd have to get closer for that.
Oh, yeah, 30 feet.
Have to get within 30 feet of it.
My God. Well, Let's rest up and then we'll attempt that tomorrow.
Hmm.
From this distance, I'll say, Bern, you go ahead and roll me a perception check, same as Queglod here. Well, Queglod's an 11.
That's a 10.
You can see each pillar on either side, which seems
Actually,
quite
yeah, we're taking a rest, correct?
Yeah, you're taking a rest. Lucky it. Thing.
Alright. Yep.
You can see the pillars on either side of them. Both of them are white with various colour. There is a slight yellow and grey tarnish to them, as they are both made out of bone. You can see they are made of rib cages, spines, skulls, and what looks to be the interior of various creatures sprawled out into these two large and twisted pillars that rise up on either side of the bridge. The pillars themselves don't seem to serve much function other than being decorative. To where you have just stopped, as you look around the area, you can see the indent is purposeful. You can see the beginnings of a staircase leading up before it goes straight into solid rock, after about 5-10 feet.
Wait, where is this?
Where you are currently.
Okay.
Sounds good. Alright.
I am.
Needs to take a long rest.
I do need to. I will get an interrupted long rest though, because I'll probably only
Someone
sleep
used
6
greater
hours.
restoration on me.
Harlan, you need more than greater restoration.
Uh,
You need.
I don't think a wish is saving you.
No.
Divine
You need
intervention.
your deity to come along and just take you away. Go to the farm up in the country, Harlan. You know where they sent your dog.
I've never had a dog. I love dogs.
I think those pillars would work just fine for the bone dust.
Nah.
Fellas have got-
What if we just grind up Sovek?
Sorry, who? Who's
Oh,
Sovek?
it's the
It's not enough.
the giant word for skull.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not
But his
enough.
ego
Okay,
could fill
right.
that entire
Okay.
cauldron.
Can I please incite that comment, Chris, about Sovek being...
Sure. Seeing as he played on it, go ahead. Sasha, this is a
Oh,
deception
goodness.
check on your part.
Sasha.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm so good at those.
That's a natural 8
Okay.
on your part and a natural 18 on Elsyan.
Okay, that will be a 25?
Okay. You gather the
As
name
Rook
that the
shakes
skull
his
has
head.
been named Sovek.
I see. That's the name of your friend.
Well,
No, that's the name Rook gave him.
You know, my grandfather was called Sovek.
What?
Oh,
Grandfather?
it's an elvish name. Oh, get rid of it.
Right, maybe you need to change the name of it, Rook. I don't think
Okay.
the one you gave it is good.
How about this? How about we call it Diddles from now on?
Oh,
I am going to name
on.
him Boris.
Oh god.
I love it! Yes!
Oh no.
I like
Is the
this
next one gonna be called Ivan?
Keep fucking with them. No, the next one's got to be named after whoever the next Prime Minister of Britain is.
Oh,
Don't
I
say
think-
that, please God, don't say
But
that.
Sam, what if
just
there
remember-
never is another one? Does that mean we name it Putin?
No, we then go on to the American president. No.
Donald.
How are the Australians doing these days?
This.
Oh,
When
they,
Rook
they
opens
swap
up a
theirs.
farm,
It
he
seems that
calls
they
it
swap theirs every
McDonald's.
2 weeks. Goddess.
Anyway.
I'm shouting now.
That's fine. As you. So you're taking a long rest here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your homestone will not be active for another 5 hours.
Oh.
Oh god, are we that?
Oh, I thought.
You travelled 5 hours
Yeah, we traveled not
since you
too
long
much.
rested. You've got another 5 hours until your homestone's recharged.
Oh.
How long's a long rest?
8 hours.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Sat here twiddling your thumbs for 5 hours. You want to do that?
We could go scout it out, I suppose. Don't have to go in and try to do anything yet.
Yeah, I could go
Yeah, we
scout.
can inspect the bridge.
If you want me to
Hey,
go
tell you
scout,
what, I could do another spider orb. It went well last time.
Oh god, your spider orbs only ever end in disaster. But how
Hey!
how
Hey,
fast
did
can
not-
they move?
What's the worst thing that happened there?
You nearly killed her mouse.
But did it die though?
it could have.
Don't start this crap. It was so lucky.
Look, I made a mistake. I will admit. This time I won't just zap something because the mood strikes me, okay?
How fast do your spider orbs move?
They're a little nippy. We figure it out. Well, I say within 6 seconds they can move 30 feet.
Okay.
60
Queglod,
at a push.
Could Felipe scout it out?
I can scout it as well.
Felipe can scout it, and Felipe will have Devil's Sight now.
Oh yeah,
that
true.
was my thought. It might be
Yeah.
more efficient for Felipe to go than any of us or our spider orbs.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
Oh,
pulls
come
out my
over here,
book and
Elsyan. Do you want a hug?
Okay, you can fuck right off.
Be sure to check your magic site as well. Just in case.
Come into the,
Yeah, she can check the
loving
magic sense as
bosom
well.
of Sasha.
Okay, to make Elsyan feel better, can Felipe carry a spider orb?
Okay, I was joking. I know. If you didn't want to use spider orb, that's fine. I was joking.
Well, you
don't
might
need to
pick
make me
something up that Felipe might not. Two eyes are better
I can't
than...
tell whether you're coughing because you're dying, huh? Which, given that you muted yourself, I'm guessing so. Or you were coughing because you were just trying to make Elsyan feel bad. Or make a point or something.
No, I think he's dead.
Harlan.
No, he's died. Okay,
Unfortunate.
let's push his body over the edge. That's it.
Hey,
He's
Yeah,
done.
we don't want to deal with an undead Sasha, so.
No,
just take his bones and give him to the hag.
That is
Go-
true. But it's not big enough.
Leave
No,
her
but-
bones alone.
No, but he's 8 toes, or 10 toes,
That is true.
And fingers.
and fingers. That comes with many bonuses.
Okay,
Also,
guys.
No,
We can't. Sasha's our main form of healing.
She is.
Until we start properly making health potions with the herbalism kits. Never
This
mind.
Sasha toe jelly heals you.
Sasha's toe jam. What
Yeah,
other
but-
medicinal properties could it have?
Such
What what the belly button lint also does?
But
Anyway, so
you know,
is
it comes with
is
emotional
Queglod
damage.
sending Felipe over?
Yeah.
Did anyone want to play chess while we wait?
As
I'll give you a game of chess.
as Felipe flies over us across the way. Felipe disappears off to the other side into the darkness. Seem to come back.
What?
A few minutes later, Queglod goes, "Okay, Felipe's dead."
What?
okay.
Okay, Elsyan just gonna look up from his game of chess with Rook and just go, what?
Something killed Felipe.
What
Did
killed
Felipe see
Felipe?
anything?
I don't know, but it's quite a distance away that way, pointing across the bridge.
Is it going to come towards us anytime soon? Do you know?
I mean, it killed a bird. Probably not. That's not too suspicious.
Fair enough.
Did you manage to see what it was?
No. Felipe has to report back. That's
Man-
the only
Ah.
Right, I forget about that.
Maybe the original plan would have been a good idea to give it a spider orb as well.
Oh really? Really? You don't say. No, Sasha, look after this. In fact, you play the game from my point. I'm gonna spider orb this shit.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Okay, I haven't had to roll before.
You've used the spider orb once today, so on a 1 through 5, you fail to connect with the object.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just because it's an incremental 25% chance to fail on
Oh, I see. I'm with you
using
now.
the orb. But yeah.
That makes sense.
So, connecting with the orb. Because the features only supposed to be used once per day, but oh well.
Oh,
As
I didn't
the
realise that.
I found that out when I looked it up. As you connect to the spider orb, it sprouts its little legs and begins to run across the bridge. Is it going stealthily? Is it going fast? Is it? What's it?
It's sort of just not necessarily going. It's not. He's not going full pelt. He's moving normal pace and trying to be a bit stealthy, sticking to areas where it could be more difficult to see.
I'm back, guys.
Make me a
Welcome back.
stealth check then, please, for the spider orb.
The
It
spider
gets
orb is
like a
+7 to stealth,
+7.
so that's 12.
Okay.
Last 10.
Should be okay. Let's see. Should be okay. As it runs across the bridge, its little legs taking it. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Oh god,
Nice.
let's hope I do well in intelligence check. By Sigma.
Okay.
Oh.
Easily enough, you gauge the bridge is about 600 feet long,
Okay.
and as your spider orb gets to the other side, you can see a large stone wall on the other side, lightly crumbling, but still present, wrapping around a very, very sheer edge that drops straight down.
Okay. I am going to send... What's the range of the spider? That's a good
I'll also
question.
say, as you're currently thinking that through, you can see a set of large metal doors in front. You can see, or you can hear, ever so lightly walking across the top of the wall is a little bit of like dragging of feet a bit, and the occasional sort of metal and bone.
Probably some skelly mobile.
What do elf I see?
Concentrating.
Okay.
Concentrating hard.
Like to do it, see it.
Oh god, the spider orb can climb. It's got a climb speed, so he's gonna sort of track its way up the wall. It's going a bit slower now because there's obviously something here.
As it slowly creeps up the wall, it makes it to the top. You can see about, from the basic look around of this area, roll me a perception check. Exactly what you see.
What my elf eyes see.
Glorious.
That is an 18.
Looking over the area, you can see there seem to be about 5 to 10 skeletons armed with bows, currently just wandering across the edge of the ledge here. You can see a courtyard below. Dark grey grass, you can see old mushrooms that have grown up in various places. Planted seemingly with a little bit of order to them, but it's mostly just overgrown. The centre of the courtyard houses what looks to be a large statue of a dwarf. It is old, not very well kept, a little bit of damage to it from wear and tear, but the dwarf currently has its hands clasped in front of it on top of a battle axe, with the axe head at the base of its feet, where it currently looks out all stoic and noble.
I'm guessing I wouldn't know who this dwarf was,
No,
or who it might be.
I have no
Didn't
idea.
think so.
Behind it, and looming over the rest of this, you see in the overhang here, where the rain isn't reaching, a large fortress-like area. The fortress is dwarven in construction, from what you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
You can see... Look.
Oh no, he's getting a book, guys.
Yeah, because I got notes on.
Oh.
You can see...
You're not allowed notes.
From
Don't think
the-
DMs did that.
From the front view, slightly protruding out from the rest, is is the beginning and the entrance to the fortress, almost like a manor house in some way. You can see a front porch leading up to the large double doors that make the face of this fortress. You can see that the rightmost tower that is on the corner of the fortress, a portion of it has crumbled away and crumbled inwards, with the left one being mostly intact and the roof lining and the rest of the fortress being slightly damaged on the upper floor of this. You can see several arrow-slit windows lining the facing of this fortress in various design and fashion, showing a ground and a first floor. You can see to the right of where you currently are, getting a little bit of a better view, you see where the path leads in from this first metal gate. It splits into 3 different paths. One that travels round the statue heading towards the fortress, one that curves round the fortress to the right, and another which curves round the fortress to the left. You can currently see what looks to be one humanoid individual currently leaning up against the wall outside. You can see they have what looks to be a pipe in their mouth, a little bit of something in it, and is currently smoking while just standing outside. The individual seems to be elven in nature, from what you can tell. Probably no older than maybe 80 to 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, reaching into the 1st century is pretty young.
Oh,
Probably shouldn't be smoking.
God, kids these days. Oh, why them?
Then you can see the individuals there, dark black robes, kind of slick back hair. As the individual finishes what they're doing, pours it out onto the gravel, scuffs it in.
I'm guessing I'm guessing every humanoid I see is going to look Slytherin.
Yes.
Are we just in if Hogwarts was just Slytherin
If
and not like
Hogwarts
it
was
was in the
just
books?
Slytherin and necromancy was on the table, yes.
And not just like it was in the books, but it actually happened, not when Voldemort did that thing.
Yeah. Effectively. You watch as the individual stands up, gathers up their bag, and proceeds to walk inside. They take a few steps inside. They push the front doors of the fortress open, head inside, and close them behind them.
I'm gonna find a safe spot to sort of sit the spider orb.
Okay. Moving around the area, you can either stay on the wall, you can move down into the courtyard and potentially hide in the grass or under a mushroom. You could bring
On the floor, I probably don't want to be on the floor for fear of accidentally being stepped on. Let me tell you what I'm planning here. I'm planning to effectively set this thing here so that as we get closer, but before I can scout out to see the immediate situation we're going to be running into. Because it might be that they end up having a class entirely about summoning skeletons, and suddenly we're going into a place full of malformed and poorly summoned skeletons.
So where did you want to put it? Sorry.
I'm thinking probably up on the walls somewhere.
Okay.
And like a crack in like some of the mortar of the building.
Okay.
Or if there's an actual mortar, that could work quite nicely. Unless it gets fired.
True. I will say one thing to note with your this. If you take a long rest, you lose connection with the orb, and you have to touch it again to re-imbue it.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, just because you were planning on taking a long rest as a party.
Yes. Yeah. No, I completely forgot about that. You are, of course. As ever, Chris. Correct.
You're saying that a lot
That
recently.
bastard knowing rules and thinking about things. But
A lot of extra.
I'll still find I'll find a spot, and I can always run another spider orb up here. It's not taking me too long to get it, has it?
No. Sprinting across it takes about a minute to get across. Not being stealthy. Being a little bit more stealthy takes about 4 minutes. So it's not too bad.
Yeah. So I can always chuck something across, and as the others are moving, because I can move kind of quickly, I suppose. I can move 40 feet normally, and so catch up, presumably.
Yeah.
Though I don't have Zephyr Strike. I missed that spell. I never used it. Anyway.
So just parking the orb somewhere safe so that it doesn't.
Parking
get
the orb somewhere
damaged.
safe, and I'm gonna check in throughout this time that we're having, just sat around,
Okay.
make sure nothing weird is happening beyond the obvious.
Rest of the party waits.
Did you guys know that this is also a dwarven fortress, or did I just miss that fact?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just missed that fact. Thought so. Got a statue of a dwarf just stood in the middle. I presume it was either the former lord of this place. I don't suppose there are any like well-known dwarven necromancers, are there?
Maybe.
Sasha,
Not that
do
I'm
you
aware
know?
of.
Dying woman.
What?
Do you know of any dwarven necromancers? They look like they could probably help you right now. Notable ones.
Probably. Dwarven necromancers. History check, I guess?
Curious more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah, probably a history check just to see what you can recall.
Because
14,
13.
13. Okay.
fucking hell.
You think about it.
I am not intelligent, man.
Notable ones, not
I know.
really. General ones, there have been some in the past.
None that I really know about. I mean, we don't really go in for the whole necromancy shtick like some of us do, but we're not really like the, ooh, we're gonna take over the world with undead, and ooh, it's like, come on, we're a bit more practical than that.
Yeah, I suppose.
More on the lines of, ooh, I'm gonna bring a load of dead dwarves back to life and have them continue drinking and mining and hitting things. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, really.
Oh, I was just curious.
Things it's
What
Like
do you
those
know what-
elves
Things
where
it's
you do
Queglod
weird-
shtick.
Hey. We elves, we don't necromance. We dance and we charm people to do what we want. I am the exception, I'm well aware. So I just mind control them instead.
That's a
I was
19
about
for
to say,
Queglod
you're not
on
charming
Paris.
in the slightest.
Oh, Sasha, you know you love me, really.
Yeah, well, you're the one with the crush, so suck it.
You know it, babe.
That was going somewhere, and then it just didn't.
Queglod with her 19 on total history check. There have been a few notable dwarven necromancers, however most of them have been killed by the wingless.
Right.
So if there are any, if it's one of them, then this should be an easy fight because there won't be one here. However, that is doubtful.
Yeah, I didn't think that would have been, like I said, I was just curious to see if there was like a notable
Did you see
uprising.
what could have killed Philippe?
Yes, sorry, I forgot to mention, skeleton archers. I believe there were 5 to 10 of them.
There were 5 to 10 men in the section where you went across. The
Is
section
that-
that you went is probably one of 5 or 6.
There's
So there's any amount ranging from 30 to 60 of them.
quite
we're
a few
raiding a
skeleton
fortress.
archers. It seems that way. We're gonna have to figure out a way to go up to get past some walls and a fairly sizable gate.
Did you
And-
see any secret entrances?
I
I would
didn't
like to
know.
investigate the top of the stairs.
What?
Go up to the top of the stairs, you investigate the stone. It seems like the stairs were built into the stone, and then the stone grew over it. Strange. You already know what these are.
Oh, we do?
You do, yeah.
Then tell us. Tell them.
He remembers.
No, Chris. If his character knows them, you tell him. Let's discuss bullshit.
It's the staircase that apprentice necromancers use to get down. This is the one you mentioned to the party that requires a
Oh.
sacrifice.
That's where it leads. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, if you'd sacrificed 3 people, you would have been able to make it here. Without having to do all
You
that fight.
know, I don't know why we just didn't do that.
It's almost as if you guys aren't complete dicks. If Elsyan was here and he had his way, he entirely would.
Yeah, well, do you
Oh.
have 3 zombies?
I don't have 3 zombies, no. But you can make a skeleton. You can make skeletons. You can make dead bodies that you can get someone else to make zombies.
Do you know any necromancers?
Queglod, do you know any necromancers?
Well, yes,
I
quite.
did.
None living.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, wait, shit, Abbott.
Oh. Oh. Now I feel like a dick.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about Abbott. Everybody found Abbott just crushed under a bookcase. Was a bookcase or some crates?
There was some crates.
It was crates of books.
Remember when just finding a random skeleton was weird to us? Remember when we were normal, or you were normal, well-adjusted people? Please, I know what I am.
A weirdo?
Yes, entirely.
Yep.
Have you seen my family tree?
Nope.
The people he
Okay.
hangs around with.
Actually, no. I haven't.
I should have met my grandfather. He was a weirdo. The Sovek one I told you about.
Oh, really?
So
I would have got on well with him, I think.
I don't know. He was massively racist.
Oh, was he?
It sounds about right. If he's your
I mean, he was an elf. I mean,
Okay.
what's the surprise there?
I am not racist. I just don't like dwarves. And that is a genetic thing.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, and hobgoblins. We don't like hobgoblins. Although I can
But
never
no
remember
one
the-
likes hobgoblins.
Thing is,
not
hobgoblins
true.
don't like
They're
us.
just assholes.
Not even hobgoblins.
I suppose it could be worse. I mean, I didn't commit any genocides. I'm fairly certain he was involved in 1 or 2. Like I said, weird family tree.
Sounds like it.
So, conversation comes to a lull. Are you waiting 4 hours and 45 minutes until the homestone regenerates, or are you taking a long rest in the rain?
I think we'll wait.
You should probably set up like some shelter or something just for now anyway. Because
Yeah.
no matter what we do, we don't want to be sat here in the rain.
I
Even
can
if we
dig
do
a
have
hole.
shift, we don't want a hole. We don't know what that could do to the rocks around here and if it would fall into any pits.
Also,
Right
making
into the
noise.
side.
That's a fair point, actually. Make ourselves a little cave. I like it.
Okay.
I remember why I called you Daddy Malcom. And honestly,
Oh,
it was
God,
the
please.
third time. I can
Please,
only
not again.
apologize for all of that.
Please.
The Emerald
Please,
Sanctuary
not
changed me, made me realize what I am, and I am.
An ass.
Oh please, I knew that beforehand.
Not that much of a kiss ass.
Yeah, it made me realize just how bound. Feel the shit getting on it. Ugh.
Okay. Right. So,
So, I guess I'm working on
digging a hole.
digging a hole.
You are
Using
chipping
a
in your
spell slot
digging a hole.
and turning into a
Stone dragon.
stone dragon.
Stone dragon worm.
You begin to dig into the stone, leaving bits behind, carving through it. Due to the nature of this, go ahead and make a stealth check with disadvantage.
Do I still have the +10?
I'd say if you're going to put another spell slot into it, then you would have done that in hindsight. So if you want to, you can.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that's another 3rd level spell slot. Oh no, 2nd level spell because
Oh yes.
Vira would have used hers.
Yep.
So
+10.
that is 25.
The digging of the stone, as it is falling straight down, it doesn't seem to collide that much when you're throwing it off the edge. Managed to dig a alcove big enough for the party, out of the way of the rain, as you transform back into yourself after about an hour of time.
Hold. So.
Yeah.
Now what?
Guess we'll head in there. And we'll burn some time.
Yeah.
Elsyan's just gonna keep looking over. Bear in mind, I have left the chest set out.
Who would like the other potion of necrotic resistance?
Not sure if I do or not.
Queglod already
Actually,
has resistance to necrotic.
Huh?
I
Queglod
could
already
take.
has resistance.
What about Sasha? Because she's probably going to be on
She
front line
less
as
or
well.
more resistance?
What about me? What?
Potion
I
of
didn't hear what you said.
necrotic resistance.
What'd you say?
You're going to be on the front line
What
as well.
did you say, Chris? I didn't hear.
I said she
I mean, I
already
would
has
like
resistance
one.
to necrotic damage.
She already has.
And Sudz, what were you gonna say?
Queglod does. I don't.
I was gonna say, we could save it for now, and I can learn how to make it and be able to make it later on, because of the whole bad thing.
Well, we can always buy one later on. I think it's better if we use it here and not that.
My vote goes, I think Sasha should have it. She's going to be on front line with me.
I would also like this.
All right, fine.
Right, you can have it.
I'm focusing
If
on my
I-
spider
if-
orb, so I
if-
can't talk.
But I'll only use it in an emergency. So
That's
if
my
we
plan.
don't use it, then you can do the thing and learn how to make more, okay? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Yup.
Oh, I said yeah, sure. I accidentally pressed the button again.
To nap we go.
Well, not quite yet. Focusing on the spider
I
orb,
will play
what were you
chess.
focusing on in particular?
I'm just sort of looking out from where I can and seeing what I can see. I'm not. I don't want it to be caught because this is a bit more of an obvious thing that someone's spying on them.
That's fine. Make me a perception check. I'll say with disadvantage because you're trying to actively hide it as well.
Yeah.
Still with a +7. Still good. 19.
Hey.
Watching over the clearing and finding a nice nook to hide around the back of the wall, inside of it and facing the fortress, you get a wonderful view of what happens. You watch and hear as a few bells go off, and you watch people moving back and forth through the corridors. Don't know how many, but you see people moving back and forth. Some older, some younger. A large variety of races. You watch as some of them go outside. You watch as they go outside and head out. You can see a small group of about 5 of them are currently smoking. As they smoke, there seem to be 3 dwarves, 1 elf, and a human. All of them are currently standing there smoking and talking. Some others seem to go over on the other side and just talk. 2 of them just seem to be studying together. And you can see, wandering the grounds now, you watch as a variety of zombies leave with them, as each of the students seem to have a few zombies that accompany them.
Oh God, they've got their own undead manservants.
You see them carrying
Why
bags.
could my parents send me to a school like this?
You see them carrying bags, you see them carrying various things. You see one of them carrying a tea set, which you get the rest of you are watching as Elsyan is getting very squirmish, as that tea set is on a rickety zombies carrying it. It's not very good to watch as you're watching the tea set being like knocked about every now and then moving along.
Oh, that's gonna chip.
You...
Oh, that is some very fine china. Oh no.
My tea senses from another life.
Oh no. I have a feeling a certain GIF would feel bad about this.
Very true.
Bring the whole college down.
We can win this with a wish. Remember that.
Perfect.
Does anyone have a random card from a
Deck of
oh,
many
what
things.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
in fact I do. Woo!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just a gift spawns in the middle. Just opens up.
As you continue watching, you watch as the bell sounds again, and and most of them go back inside. The two who are sat outside studying continue studying, talking to one another. The zombie with the tea set sits down next to them, cross-legged, just watching and waiting. Various zombies. There are various other zombies outside as well, which are now patrolling back and forth. And you watch as the two who are studying get up, and they go to the path to the left, rather than back into the fortress. You watch as they travel some way that way, as you watch as the two front doors are opened up, and you hear through the spider orb, "Alright everyone, today we will be heading and collecting some more raw materials. So if you please like to follow me, and we will go and collect what is needed for today's lesson." You watch as a rather gaunt elven individual, grey hair, long ears, a little bit of droop on them, so probably looking at the equivalent elven age of about a 70-year-old. As he wanders out, you can see there are 7 students currently following them, each of them having a zombie that carries their various things. As they wander down the right path. About half an hour goes by. You watch as they come back. There is now a small horde of zombies behind them, currently dragging what look to be a series of carts with large bits of stone and crystal, as well as a small mound of bodies on one of the carts. As it drags it through, it's pulled along, and you hear as the teacher says, "Alright everybody, go back and take your places. I'll have the resources brought in soon enough. You've all made your choices, so go and take your seats and they'll be brought to you soon." You watch as the zombies pick up the various bodies, bits of crystal and stone, carry them inside one by one. You watch as another scholar comes outside. They have a little chat, not shouting at all. It's hard to hear, but they have a small chat to one another as the bodies and everything else is carried inside. You watch as they head in, and as it continues to get darker out and as it begins to get later, you watch as lights begin to come on, candlelight and torchlight begins to radiate from the various upper floor and the lower floors as well. As a little bit of time goes on, you watch as those two return. They both seem rather happy. Carrying their arms, you see they're both holding what looks to be a silver medallion of some kind. As they make their way inside, they head into the fortress, closing the doors behind them. You watch as the remaining hour of your wait or your party for sleeping goes on. You watch as the bottom, the ground floor of the fortresses, the lights go off, bar a handheld light or torch that seems to be carried by either some individuals, zombies, or humanoids. You aren't sure. And you watch as the upper floor takes a little while before it goes out as well. And that is when you would return back.
Yeah, I'm pulling the spider web. That's something that could be found, and like I said, fair sign of being spied on.
Is it returning back to you then, or is it...
I'm going to try to get it to return back to me. I'm going to be doing it slowly and carefully. I really don't like the idea of them being alerted to them being spied on, and quite frankly, I don't want to be found caught spying on a school.
That is fair. Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Okay. That is a 24.
24. Easily enough, the spider orb returns. A little bit of haste, but otherwise being very quiet. The raindrops and the wind make it a little bit difficult, as it does have to travel slowly over the bridge, but it does make it back to you. Homestone is set up, it's laid down, and you all proceed to go to your sleep, and that is where we'll end the session, but the watches of next session.
Guys, we're going to go attack a school, and it's a genuine school and everything. Like, I know it's
a
felt
school of evil,
That's why I
okay?
was thinking of maybe it would be a possibility for one of us to get up to it.
I mean, I've just got to say that this is a school that they're teaching them a skill, and quite frankly, I can't deny necromancy could be seen as a useful skill. And just, I'm specifically not looking at Queglod right now.
Yeah, Queglod, there's
Queglod
words
is-
going like, they need to die.
Okay.
Right.
Look, Elsyan, think of it like this. They're all murderers. They're child murderers. If anything, we're doing them a service by
Okay, right.
stopping them from living.
Right, we don't know if the students themselves are the murderers.
I think that's splitting hairs a little.
Okay, right, there were pretty much children there. In fact, we've got to be safekeeping children. Why am I the one saying this? Sasha, stand on the other side and have this relevant argument with me saying we should kill them. This feels weird.
All right. Oh no, we should save the poor little children.
Oh no, we should just murder them all.
Exactly, I agree with you. Let's go.
See, the way I think of it is that we're just giving them experience. They will have the experience of possibly being the
Fine.
undead.
It's just, okay, I've got to say, I am, as someone who, uses a form of, magic, I'm not really sure if it counts as, but we'll call it that for now, of magic that, is fairly misunderstood, and, when people find out about it, they think, oh no, I'm going to mind control them. And yes, I have given them an 100% reason to
believe that. By the way, I've got to head off now, but
That's fine.
good luck.
I was going to say after this
But yeah,
conversation.
we're just about to end. This is just random talking, Harlan.
Bye.
Yeah, fine. Right then.
As you settle down for rest and for your watch, that's where we'll end the session. Harlan has gone. But he left before I could say, congratulations, you will level up.
I'll drop him a message.
That's fine. So you're
I'll
all
be
level
kind to him.
12. And for the end of the session, I will say everybody go ahead and roll your hit die. We will go ahead and do that. Alright, so it should be a D8 for you, Malcom, D8 for you, Sam, D10 for you, Rook, it'll be a D6 for you, Bern, and we'll have Queglod.
D8, let's go, let's
Sasha
go,
roll.
boys. Got a 4 plus my con.
I'm
That's
trying to figure out what's going on.
6.
we leveled
You're
up. Roll
leveled
your
up.
health.
Oh,
Remember
Hey
re-roll-
guys,
Remember re-rolling.
gone up by
once.
4 hit points.
leveled up. Yay.
Yay, 5.
I have 6 level spell slots. Yeah. I have 6 level
Oh
spells. I
god, I've got another level of Mystic, and it's going to
Also keep in mind, it's level 12, so everybody you have ability score improvement as well.
Okay, so
Oh god.
So take the
Now-
week to think about it, think what you want, and apply it later. Got
Oh,
your
I
hit
need to
points,
roll blue.
that's the bit
I
that you
need to roll blue.
put in. If you're fine, you can roll for that in a moment, we'll deal with that. And I'll also deal with your character sheets to make sure everybody's formula is okay. So,
I've did.
to the stream, thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed. We will see you in the next one, where the party takes on a school. Thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed. Bye bye.
I'll be the baddie.